Oh, hey, there it is. There's the got it, all right? The guided selection, got it, and got it. All righty. All right, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here at Morocco at northwest of Maxim. How are you? Right? You. All righty, guys. So I am here, all righty, for another 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report with my magnificent and beloved brothers in whom I am well pleased, and they are...
Islam, I am Taretamite Bay. How art thou? How are you?
Sauce.
And I am Brother Shalim L. All is well. But you know, my bros also sometimes call me
Braveheart. I was about to break out like Braveheart. Let me stop, man.
Where you at, Jag? Where yours at?
What you say, bro?
I was like, where you at, Brother Jag, with the moves? Or are you just sticking with the sauce? Sauce just enough for you. You ain't got the sauce in the moves.
Man,
yeah, maybe sometimes. You know what I mean? It depends. It depends.
You gotta find Brother Jag's video on Instagram. That's where he gets that groove on, yo.
Like, you already know.
That's classic.
Somewhere. I got it somewhere.
That video is fucking classic, bro. Like, I'm telling you, Jag.
Nah. I don't even mess with Brother Jag, yo.
The sauce was getting it in that video, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to tell you, man. So saucy. Anyway, guys, like you said, we like to introduce you as always to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report coming from we, the brothers, at 7HealStar.com Astrology Firm. Go to 7HealStar.com, guys. You will enjoy the email that you'll definitely get that I'll schedule for tomorrow. I'll schedule it, today for tomorrow. And you can see the things that we have going on, guys, on the website, as well as when you go to explore it. However, there's going to be some things we're trying out anyway, some new things that's going to get emailed to you. Maybe we'll start giving community reports, things of that nature. I've just kind of been looking at how things are going for I and my brothers, and it's just so much favor, and we have a lot to share with you all. And we know that there's this energy out there that the people actually want to contribute to people that are doing the right thing and doing it correctly and consistently. So this will be the time, just to kind of let you know as we blow the shofar, I guess, because, we're trumpeting in this fact that we can see the vernal equinox stars while we're here, almost closing out the autumnal equinox, that 7HealStar Astrology Firm is the #1 astrological event. I mean, we are these miniature events termed natal time, natal date, natal place, and we happened. Okay, so when we happened, because we are events, when we happen, right? And come together as we do, guys, I think you're about to see a new happening that's going to be very beneficial to you and your loved ones. And you guys are going to see the next probably 3 to 4 generations as far as children coming to the forefront. You're going to see a huge and significant change for the better. All righty. And 7HealStar.com Astrology Firm is not only at the forefront of it, we're spearheading it while we have at the forefront pertaining to our minds, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So even though we're at the forefront of what we're speaking about, even that's just in the action. However, as we think, so we be. So at the forefront pertaining to our minds is Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so that we can be able to see and gauge things appropriately for you all as we really take everything that we've been reading, anything that we know, and get more into showing you guys not just the how, but the why. And once you really grasp our why and you adopt or have within yourself your own why, you will really see a huge change in energy on the entire planet. Love is about to be blown up so much and amplified so high that even someone thinking evil will probably end up with a headache because nature is just like, yeah, no more of this. The values have definitely changed. So what used to seem valuable is 9 times out of 10 depleting to your energy and the energies on the earth. So I think this is a time to rejoice and just really see that Brother Hassan is not bragging as much as he's just telling you what it's going to be, like in a Vicky Valancourt kind of way.
Uh-oh.
That ain't no guess. That's what it's going to
Uh-oh.
be. Yeah, no, right? So with that being said, guys, let me, what'd you say, bro?
I said, what the truth gonna be? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously, it's going to be what doesn't change nor pass away, because I think, you know, we have the means not to only move forward. However, I know the things that we're about to bring forth, just everybody's going to be able to benefit from it, you know, like, so even those of you that may not subscribe or haven't subscribed to us yet, you will, and you're welcome in advance. And we're not bragging. You're welcome in advance. All righty. So with that being said, let me actually do a screen share here, right? Because I'm going to bring up the calendar, right? So screen share. Let's do that. All righty. And we know kicking it off this Thursday, right, is none other than our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, if I'm not mistaken, with the Souths, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Time Star, Regulus, Time Star Muhammad Bay, right? So that's who's kicking it off. All righty, and letting you guys know how we're regulating watching the skies with the illusion termed time, right? All righty, so with that being said, guys, we are here once again at our 7HealStar Astro calendar for March, Aries 2022 to February, Pisces 2023. Time never was when man was not, quote unquote, and we are quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being prophet, noble, Drew Ali. All righty, guys, and we're going to go and look, right? We're going to allow ourselves to click on the, there we go. Click on the picture there for the moon cycle, or the month, termed month, that holds both the water and fire signs, Scorpio and Sagittarius. Scorpio the Scorpion, ruled anciently by Mars, contemporarily, however, assisted by Pluto, and the fire sign Sagittarius, dealing with the archer or the hunter, because the hunter is quite an archer, right? Ruled by, anciently and contemporarily, ruled by Jupiter. All right, and this particular cycle, guys, we are going over Thursday. I know today is Wednesday the 9th, guys, so you can continue to see what plays out from what we had spoken about last cycle, where Brother Terrell gave you the science and his diverse testimonies from his insight and intuition pertaining to the 9th, all righty, November 2022, is still playing out. Actually, it seemed like the last transit has already happened. That's the moon ingressing Gemini. That's where we are now, right? Moon is transiting Gemini now after doing its ingress at 0800 hours and 37 minutes Eastern. All right, so we are well into that by about let's just say 3 hours almost. So 2.5 hours of that is actually gone. 2 hours and 31 minutes of that has passed by. So I'm pretty sure the moon's at about 1.5 degrees Gemini at this moment, just currently. So with that being said, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay is going to start us off with the 10th. All right, November 2022. He has 3 transits there. He'll be giving his diverse testimonies for what is termed Veterans Day, quote unquote. That is Brother Sean Alim, all righty, bringing you the brave Huttery for those 4 transits there and that 1 ingress into Cancer, right? And for Saturday, with the heavy load of Mercury trine Neptune as Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for that one transit happening on Saturn day. And then as we go on over to look at the 13th, guys, alrighty, I also have those 5 transits there. And if I'm not mistaken, did I skip a moon void of course somewhere? Yes, Brother Sean has on the 11th a moon void of course for 1 hour and 6 minutes, guys. Remember, moon void of course is fires or more. So the time that the moon goes VC, as you see there, goes void of course, all right, goes VC, all righty, after making his last aspect square to Jupiter. That hour and 6 minutes is when you don't want to go and buy anything or transact, let me say. Do not discharge, cock and bop, whatever, you know, your lingo is to say, don't go out and exchange your energy. Unless, you know, that transit is doing something favorable in your own private chart, so to speak. And if you want to know what it's doing, you know, you guys can schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions with not only myself, but Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, just speaking on who's here, as well as get your mental magician report by Brother Sean Alim L. However, all of the brothers at 7HealStar.com Astrology Firm are more than qualified and certified by our own free national press, via our own free national press, pertaining to the techniques that you see. It's just demonstrate here in short. All right. I have 5 transits to do there on the 13th and the 14th, right? For that moon day is Brother Sean Alim L. He has 5 transits and 1 ingress into Leo, which means there's a 2-hour, right, and 7-minute void of course that's happening there after moon. Look, for me, it was moon square Jupiter. Now it's a moon trine Jupiter. Look at that, man. All right. Oh, no, that's you, Brother Sean. Moon square Jupiter for your first void of course, and then the second one is a moon trine Jupiter. Very interesting. Both of the aspects for Luna before going void of course would be to Jupiter. I think that's very interesting. All right. So then definitely dealing with home expansion, right? Getting over the obstacle and the harmony with it. It's interesting. 15th. All righty. For Tuesday, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay has those 3 transits. All righty, well, he'll give you guys the solves for the 15th, all right? And then also we have on the 16th closing out. It's interesting how Venus ingresses Sagittarius at 0100 hours and 8 minutes Eastern. And then the void of course is actually 1 hour and 8 minutes long for that day when Moon makes his last aspect to Mercury. Yeah, I know, right? There's that moon number, that alchemical 108 is just there in the beginning, as well as the amount of time that the moon is void of course when the moon makes its last aspect to the ruler of the sign in which it's ingressing. Like, hey, Mercury, I'm going, square you, and then I'm gonna enter the sign you rule. Holla at you. Like it's like moon is like getting instructions from Mercury to be like, hey, man, this is how you're going to have to act in my sign when you transit that. Just sort of, kind of. Alrighty, guys. So there you go. That's an extended introduction, a little longer than I normally do, to just go in and show you what particular dates that we're going in on. Again, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay with Thursday and Tuesday, Brother Sean Mel with Friday and Monday, and I, Brother Hassan Gazio Bay, with Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. All right. So with that,
1 hour 33 minute voided course for Venus.
What you say?
So it should be like a 21 hour 33 minute voided course for Venus.
I got you. As far as whatever's the last, what aspect is it making last? It looks like its last aspect is what Brother. Look at that! It is right there. Because Brother Jag is going to go on that Venus trine Jupiter, so that's got to be like her last aspect that she makes before she goes void. Of course, the moon isn't the only one that goes void. Of course, however, yes, Brother Sean is pointing that out. As far as Venus being, void. Of course, she'll be void. Yeah, you said it, bro. How many? You said 20. How many hours?
21 hours and I think it's like 33 minutes.
Yeah, because by the time it gets to 12:35, let's see, 12:35, from 4:35 to 12:35, it's not even getting to 4:35. So we're subtracting 4 hours from that. So it is 20 hours. right? From 4:35 to 12:35, like 35 minutes after midnight on the 16th. So that is what, 20 hours. And then so what, 35, 25 plus 8 then? So it'll be 20 hours. And is that 43? No, hold on. 25 plus 8, 35, 33. So, you did say it. You did say 20 hours. Is it 20 hours and 33 minutes?
21.
Really? 21. Really? Am I miscalculating that then?
Because let's see, 4:35 on the 15th to 4:35 on the 16th is 24. We'll go back 3 makes 21. Hold on, I gotta move that thumbnail.
Yeah, go back. If you go back 3 hours, that would be
21:35.
Let's see.
And then 27 minutes from that will give us 33.
Hold on, let's see. Okay, so it's 2033 then. Exactly. Because wouldn't then, we're building it while we're flying it, bro. And this just gives people a chance to really see how we be like when we not on the camera like this. It's all good. Because 135, I think, would be the 3 hour difference between 4:35 and 1:35. So that would give you your 21. So now we would be going backwards, and you are correct. So that would be another 33 minutes technically. So yeah, it'll be 20 hours, 33 minutes instead of 21. I think it's gonna be 20 hours. Because I know if Venus ingressed at 1:35, then we would be like, oh, that's 21 hours exactly, but it's less of that. So let me see. Is that correct? Let's see. 35. If I go back, let me just double check. Because I went from 25 to 8. But if I take 8 away from 35, that almost sounds like.
Yeah, it's 2033. Yeah.
It's 2033? Okay. Just looking at it. 15. Is it 33? Hold on, yo. That's really funny because, all right, if we go to 12:35, 35 minutes after midnight, right? That's 25 minutes left plus another 8 minutes. Yeah, that would be 33. That's interessante. It's very interesting. All righty. So 2033, guys. That's what it is. All right. Venus will be void of course. What were we talking about there? In case you guys are curious, this is what Iron Brother Sean was just looking at. We were looking at how Venus right here is going to trine Jupiter. And then she's going to ingress Sag. Interestingly, how Moon is aspecting Mercury before ingressing Virgo here, right? And Venus is aspecting Jupiter before ingressing Sag. So it's like both of them are like having this influence with the sign in which they're ingressing's ruler. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a conversation that's really going on inside of everyone on the planet, because when these planets move, it's dealing with your endocrine system anyway, and your consciousness. And again, you're welcome in advance for the community service that we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that you guys will be having the energies necessary to know how this is connecting with your endocrine system, your everyday affairs. So yeah, when it comes to your, your values that you care to relate in an expansive higher learning kind of fashion, yeah, there's going to be a means for you to actually find some values and probably some concepts that you never really sought to value. Like, hold on, maybe I do need to take astrology a little more seriously. I'm just saying, guys. All right. Let that communication really hit home. All right. So let's erase those. All righty, guys. So let's get started. I think that was great. A great introduction. We enjoy having fun. However, at the same time, guys, we have the responsibility to make sure we give you what's real, right? So that's where the seriousness in my tone comes from, to make sure that we are giving you guys the real and the accurate. And Brother Sean brought up an excellent point about Venus for the course. All right. Very excellent. What was you about to say, Brother Sean? I yield.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that, bro.
All right. Islam. So that's what we're going over today, beloveds. Now let me go over here and do a screen share with the sauce, right? Okay there, right? That's what it says to do. And let me go and share screen over here. Alrighty, there it is. Boom, shaka to the laka. And I can do some editing on the fly here in the background, right? Get that going on there. And let's find the remote control, right? And I give the remote control to the sauce, right? And there it is. It's looking great to me. And let me exit out of that on my screen so we're not seeing that. And we do have standard time. Look, boom, no more daylight savings time. Just had to do a chart edit, as we know, right? Building it while we're flying it. All righty. And I'm going to yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased. However, oh, you know what? Where's that interactive chart adjust? Let me bring that up, right? So that I can be on Pizzolent, right? And we yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay. Islam.
Alrighty, Islam. So we're looking at the 10th of November. 2022 would be Christian calendar year, or Crusade Koa. 1442 would be Moorish calendar year. So the sun is at 18 degrees Scorpio, 3 minutes. So yeah, this is a day of, prosperity and advancement, victory, so to speak. A sense of clarity is at your feet. Yes. So really acknowledging the gifts that have been bestowed upon you, and the things that you have inherited, and certain skills and talents that you may need to let the world know about a little bit. Yeah. So also maybe cut your hair or something, start something new. Good day to just take a good bath, at the end of the day, of course. However, maybe, cut your hair if you've been thinking about it. All right, so the first aspect, we got Mercury square Saturn, and this is before sunrise. So this is pretty cool, because this is like just watching things being dissolved, so to speak. So Mercury is in the second, 18 degrees Scorpio, 52 minutes, right? And Saturn is in the 5th house, 18 degrees, 52 minutes, in Aquarius, right? So, if you're up around this time, you could be basically reading some old letters, or writing some new letters that may, spark some sort of creative ability, like poetry specifically, or painting. Painting is possible. But this is like some sort of dissolvement here, like, Mercury square Saturn. So it's like a change of thought, so to speak, being more practical or thinking before you speak type energy. Mercury in Scorpio is like not talking so much as Mercury in Scorpio. Like they are like investigators, detectives. So it could be something that you may have considered in the times past, and now it's pretty much being unveiled to you that it was true, or something something that your ancestors or your grandfather or father or a close friend said something that reminds you of your grandfather or your father, and it now sparks or brings some sort of passion, or it ignites this ability to be more concrete and stable in one's abilities, and basically literally dissolving frivolous thinking, or being so hard, being cruel to oneself, so to speak. It's just like, how do you speak to yourself is pretty much that Mercury square Saturn. It's like finding a way to really like manifest the things you want, with how you think, so to speak. So as a man thinketh, so he is. So it's like now, you're correcting your thoughts for a better experience externally and internally, right? So this is Saturn, Mercury square Saturn is just dissolving whatever needs to be dissolved, like straight pulverization. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much that energy. The next aspect, we got Venus. Yeah, Venus trine Neptune. Yeah.
Don't nobody say that near another like you, baby powder. So you're talking about pulverizing things.
Yeah, that's real. That's what Saturn is doing. For real. You'll be finding some things that'll definitely be dissolving whatever group is not sincere, pulverized.
Yeah, it's a Riznap.
All right, so you got Venus in the 12th house, right? Mm-hmm. And Neptune is in the 4th with Jupiter. Absolutely. So Neptune's retrograde. They're both at 22 degrees, 48 minutes. So this is like the time to find beauty in doing nothing, so to speak. Specifically, like I was speaking of arts, painting, writing would definitely do you some justice. Reading a book, whatever your favorite book is, you should probably read that. As a Man Thinketh, it would be a good suggestion, because it'll, as how that book is written, it'll unlock some certain, it'll unlock innate abilities, every ability that we all have, but how we think and process certain things, that's all based on our constitution. So this is, like I said, the time to really just find beauty in relaxation and not overexerting yourself. Neptune, in the 4th house at this time. So yeah, just listen to some very soothing music, classical music maybe, or maybe just flute music, possibly whatever instrument that you love. You should probably start your day listening to that instrument, and literally just like I said, doing nothing. Focus on being still within creating, though, at the same time, so to speak. That's it's a beautiful challenge. You don't want to overexert yourself with this energy. You definitely don't want to overindulge. So it's finding balance with what you love to indulge in, so to speak, like finding, the best time to do these activities or creative activities, and the time to step away from it to like recharge your battery to go at it, more effectively next time. Yeah, so the intuitive faculties are pretty high around this time too. So definitely trust your intuition and listen to your temple, what it wants. And with that Venus and Scorpio energy, pardon me, you good, bro. That Venus and Scorpio energy, I would say like take yourself out on a date you know, even if you are in a relationship, just treat this is self-care energy. Like, you know, treat yourself to the things that you love to do, you know. A spa, home spa would be cool too, or, you know, just set your appointment to get a pedicure, manicure. You know, just treat yourself to the things that you want to do with this energy. And especially if you have like a Gemini moon, you should definitely be writing or, you know, connecting to your siblings, you know, calling them and expressing how you feel. Yes, speak up. And then moving on, last aspect, Moon's going to trine Saturn. So this is pretty cool because it's like Venus was trining Neptune. So it's like, I'm going to really, you know, just relax and be content. And then Moon's going to trine Saturn later on that day. It's like, all right, now it's time to pretty much get these things in motion. So Saturn's in the 8th house, 18 degrees, 54 minutes. And the Moon's in the 11th, 18 degrees, 54 minutes. Yeah. So astrology. Really, like Brother Hassan was saying, this is like a studying your chart all over again, possibly, or looking at the you know, your sun, moon, and rising, and seeing how they interact with each other. Just, you know, seeing who you are as a being, so to speak. And it could be within a group dynamic, so to speak, with Venus ruling the 11th, and then Venus is in the 5th. So there's some sort of like you know, some sort of blissful entertainment happening here. The children specifically could be bringing the astrology to the forefront, like, "Mommy, what's my sign?" Or, you know, "Do you know what my Mars is?" Or "My Mars is in Leo, and I want to fight people all the time." How do I mitigate that?
They always hate.
They want to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes, they want to be, you know, Mars and Leo. I want to be the best at whatever I'm competing at, right?
What we talking about?
What'd you say, bro?
See, when you said Mars and Leo is going to be the best, yeah, what we talking about ain't the best.
Yeah, you know, so connecting to that energy, that competitiveness, you know, within oneself, and then with, you know, one's group dynamic. So it's like, you know, iron sharpens iron. So it's like me and Brother Hassan and Brother Sean, Brother Corey and Brother R all having a healthy debate on something that we have different perspectives on, and then we come to a solution based off of those different perspectives, right? And that's like what's the Power Ranger thing when they all come together? What's that called?
The Zord, Megazord.
Mighty
Megazord.
Megazord.
That's that energy, right?
That's
Yeah, right. So that, you know, it's finding that beauty in group dynamics, but also finding the beauty in individuality, and how, you know, those things coming together brings, you know, fruition for humanity, so to speak. Everyone has food, clothing, and shelter, and that's the goal, right? That's the end goal. Yeah. So that's the energy for this Moon trine Saturn. So be open to challenging yourself, and, you know, being a student. It's okay to be wrong and not know something, so to speak. Right? Islam. Yeah.
Wow. And shout out to Mother Kiana Perkins in the chat there. Mother Kiana.
Islam to you.
Right? Yes, Mother Kiana Bell. Just basically, guys, really even thinking about the whole analyzing your chart there, guys. I'm just going to just reiterate this again, just in a friendly fashion. Schedule your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. You will not be disappointed, guys. Well, we will say you will be excited. You'll be thoroughly happy.
Yes.
And really recognizing how you can really no longer have to utilize the guesswork. You remove all the guesswork when it comes to yourself, your days to come, the energies that you are, and how to really interact with them. And it just really allows you to hone in on strengthening your insight and intuition. Listening to that small soul voice a lot stronger. It's a beautiful way to get astrological exercise regimens when you actually get your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions scheduled and completed, to be completely honest with you. All right. And let's put 0 there. Next is Brother Sean Alim L. With the quote unquote Veterans Day aspects there. And we yield the floor to Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam bros. All right. We got sunrise. Sun conjunct ascendant. We got Sol transiting Scorpio. So yeah, definitely coming to terms. The light is being shined upon the darker natures of ourselves so that we can come to terms with higher and lower natures of ourselves. So continue just to pay attention to yourself and pay attention to things around you. How other beings are acting and how that's making you feel, to see how what you're thinking within is projected out into others and what others are projecting on you. So really just studying, paying attention, being passionate about what you're about, and things that you're interested in, right? Yeah. Just enjoying this Scorpio season. Just really getting for nature. Hey, I think it's still tryouts for cuffing season, so
wow, that's still where we
still
are.
Investigate, it's a good time, for that Scorpio season, make sure, but don't get yourself caught stalking social media, liking a post from 2013.
Wow.
But, let's see what we got first. We got Sun square Saturn.
Oh, 2 seconds. I'll be back in a second. Let me get back to the 11th. Yes, it is Sun square Saturn. And I'm doing 3 different things at once, guys. No excuse, though. I'm on it.
This will be before sunrise. Actually, we got 2 aspects before sunrise.
Boom. So let me go and hit that previous button.
Previous. All right.
Chakalaka. There we go. All
right, so Sun and Saturn. All right, there we go. We got Sol, we know, transiting Scorpio. In the second, we have Saturn in the 5th. So with this aspect, Sun and Saturn, Sun and Scorpio, second. So we're with finances, maybe dealing with a partner, but this is really about our own finances and our own creativity. So and this is before sunrise, so definitely we're figuring out how to shape our ego here and get creative about how we shape ourselves and how we deal with any kind of so-called challenges that come up for us. So definitely I would say be careful with the finances, or instead of as they would say, quote unquote, blowing the bag, how about taking about what you're going to spend and invest into yourself in some fashion. Like Brother Jag was saying, self-care. So instead of want to get something that you don't need, but you're doing it just because, just take that and maybe book like a Reiki session or tarot session or a manicure, pedicure, or even just take a little short journey somewhere, maybe somewhere that you wanted to go that's not too far. Saturn and Aquarius in the 5th, it's all about children. So maybe even someone's children, little ones, could be showing them something or asking them a question, and like, oh wow, how did you even do that or expect that? And that's just going to allow for them within themselves to be able to make the necessary adjustments here. And yeah, so yeah, definitely taking opportunity to read something that's foreign to you, or looking up cultures that are foreign to you, so that you will be able to, communicate more effectively, because being one way in things really doesn't help. If you're just stuck in one way, it's like, it's saying there's more than one way to skin a cat, or whatever fashion. So yeah, really look for that and find your values. What are your values? What is your foundation? And what are things that make you heartfelt, that make you joyous, regardless of any outer situation? Or just a couple of things just to take into account. And this is going over, most will probably be snoozing and napping over here on Midgard. So yeah, definitely, I would say make note of whatever your dreams were for that day, or just things that kind of came out to you. And I'll yield, and we'll get into next aspects. And we got a lunar Neptunian square here. So what we got? Luna, Neptune. All right. So we've got Luna and the 8th, and we have Neptune, pardon me, in the 5th. Neptune in Pisces. We know Luna is in Gemini, so we're taking our emotions and nurturing here with the moon being in Gemini. And we're really looking to transform that, right? Or go through a death and rebirth process. And Neptune in the 5th retrograde, yeah, definitely reflecting here. So funny I'm thinking this because I've been like wanting to listen to like random old albums from high school that I ain't listened to in a while. So it's probably like a nostalgia moment here, going with just listening like watching some of your old favorite TV shows when you were younger, or some of your books, or even like music, right? These various things that you can look back over from your early upbringing and childhood. And we know this is also the post eclipse. So yeah, really looking at the growth here, and being imaginative, like really soaking in, like doing things while you were younger and how it made you feel, and now how you're doing things differently now. And yeah, and so to really bring this home is to really just get into the details of things, right? Because you could be so caught up on the bigger picture that you really miss it because you don't have the necessary details and necessary steps. So it's like, yeah, you want to be a kung fu master, but you got to go through the necessary training and steps in order to really be able to do that. And just be looking to learn and teach, and just be more optimistic, like regardless of how things may seem. I think being optimistic and finding the details will play out a major part for this. So next, for my next aspect, we have a lunar Martian conjunction.
And that Mars square Neptune energy is there too. So definitely, just like you said, just think before you act. Seriously.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Hey, brother Jack, can you do me a favor, bro?
What's up, bro?
You delineate for this for me real quick.
Got him. Is that the 7th house? What?
You heard my concern though. You talking about what's up, bro?
It was so sincere. It's so sincere.
Yeah.
Wow. That is hilarious.
All right, so next up, yeah, we have the lunar Martian conjunction, and this is going into this is occurring in the 7th house for the Baltimore Corporation. So And they're both in Gemini here. So this is all about communication. Mars is in retrograde. So this is like a reassessment here. For those that are, in partnerships, there will definitely be a communication, whether you do partnerships, whether you in business. Just to really be kind of like having that conversation of like, whether it's the contracts, whether it's the terms, whether how are you feeling, or what do you see, or curiosity about how can we do something better, or improve things, right? These things will all be coming into play. For like the singles, this is too really just kind of like clearing out your mind here, or just continue to build yourself up. And we look for Mercury here, right? 7th house cusps on Gemini. We look for Mercury. This is in the 12th house. So yeah, a lot of things will be coming to light, because I think I think and also feel that a lot of beings will be having these conversations that they have been holding on to for a while. But as we said before, make sure you're thinking before you speak. So just even take a list. It's like, for example, right? Let's say I want to bug Brother Jack, so I'm gonna make this meme here, I'm gonna make that meme there, and then I'm gonna make this meme and that meme. Okay, let me make sure I get clear, and then I'm gonna just do it. So yeah, make sure you just even write down. Yeah, write. I would say write what you like to talk about, vision as, and then just say that in a kind way, because we know that Mercury is let's see. It's not kind of Kazemi, but a little, combust, and Venus is there too. So our relating and communications are still not clear. And with Mercury, being Scorpio there, it's just best to kind of just sit back and investigate and kind of just let things come to you. Because Luna and Mars here, Luna is nurturing soul development. Mars is our drive and action and retrograde. So definitely reflecting on how we can nurture ourselves, or take care of ourselves, so that we can be on the right path, right? It's like, you're taking a trip, and you just kind of like a rest stop right here, taking like a break, just a reassessment. Yeah, being optimistic, being optimistic.
Be optimistic.
I
just figured I would just throw that in there. How do you go?
It's like, oh gosh, like you can be in a conveyance, like, oh, they're moving so slow, and it's like, oh, thank you, universe, for gratitude indeed for things being slow. Maybe I didn't need to be in a rush today. Kind of just being optimistic when you feel anxious about things. And with that, I'll yield, and we'll go into the next aspect here. And we have Luna and Jupiter here. Right, we got Luna and the second house, and we've got Guru Jupiter. Oh, in 11.
Oh,
whatever you like to say.
Unleash the flutes on them, Guru. Woo! No, not like that. Okay.
H to the O-Z.
I know, right? H-O-V-A. The blueprint too, baby, on the way. That's kind of just how, No, don't be afraid. Anyway, go ahead. I yield.
Slime. Yeah, this is 11 and 2. Yeah, this is let's see, Jupiter and Pisces retrograde. Luna's about to move into Taurus. So yeah, definitely wrapping up. This is another square. Yeah, so this is an opportunity to really come to terms with how you communicate and kind of like what you stand for and what you believe in, right? But taking that to the level of faith and vision, and not just being in a belief state. Being curious and being open to transacting your energy, your finances, for things that stimulate your mind, for things that bring you joy, for things that bring you love. Jupiter in Pisces, that's, all about love and wisdom, expanding upon your love and wisdom. Luna and Gemini, it's being able to take the trips, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, or even astrally, whatever level you would like to do that for. And yeah, this is kind of once again coming to like the finances, the energy of like not really blowing it, but taking the finance to do things for you that you need, but not going like overboard, right? And also having, like somebody like in some group, like there's a lot of things going on like behind the scenes with the groups, right? Or like opportunities for like social communications are going to be like made. Let's see, where's Mercury? Mercury is still in the 6th there. So yeah, there's gonna be like opportunity for service. So finding ways to break the boundaries of giving service to others, or finding ways to get yourself out to more beings, to being able to be seen more, be able to reach those who needs your service, whether, like I said, it's astrology, or you cut grass, or you do gutters, in whatever fashion that you would like to communicate and be of service. You'll really be able to, find ways to get creative for that. Because Virgo's on the 5th, so get creative so that you can be of service with the 6th. But now, whatever that you're passionate and want to spread love and wisdom about, it's reflecting what you do on the inner to the outside of you. With that, I will yield, and Luna would be going void, of course, right here for what we say, hour 54 minutes. No, yeah, hour 54 minutes. So
you said the moon void, of course. Yeah, 154. You're exactly correct.
No major purchases. Unless it's 7 unless it's, you like, hey, I'm about to get all these children workbooks. Ooh, brother Jack, yeah, I've been waiting to book with you for a while. Ever since I seen and that you're rich fruit in this gym. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, I knew that's where he was going, bro.
Yo, come on, yo.
Wait for it. Let me.
I heard brother Corey right now.
Oh my God, yo.
I'm like, yo, he's about to throw that in there, bro. It happened. It happened. Brother Sean just did it. All right. Like, yo. They got to get that Jaguar solar mirror session. Right? Like, yo, stop.
Gracious, yo.
Hilarious.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah, no major purchases. Just hold, and it's only an hour, hour 54 minutes. So just hold off. But for those that are watching to see this, they won't. But for those who didn't listen, when they say, "Man, I bought this, but I'm not satisfied," you just hit them with void of course. You should have been listening to 7HealStar, but
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to take it. You don't think it's weed. It's the devil stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh, I know that's the same thing when I see that. Wow. So we've got Luna. Wow.
Yeah, it's into her Sante. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Man. So you telling me as the moon's rising, Cancer's on the rise at the same time? Like, if that's not unveiling, I mean, that's Thema Mundi right there. That is Thema Mundi with Cancer on the ascendant and the moon's there. Like, how favorable is that, actually? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's amazing, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. I yield. And this is Holy Day, by the way.
Holy Day, yeah.
Yeah, no, right?
Aspect for the Holy Day, and this is at 7:22 post meridian. So we got the Luna ingress Cancer. So yeah, this is definitely maybe enjoying some time with your loved ones or your spouse, or if you have children, enjoying time with your children. If you don't, have children, you don't have someone, this is still, like I said, being able to, like Brother Jack said, taking yourself out to eat. So, but this right here could be like cooking yourself a home meal. Like maybe you seen one of those plates you seen on like Instagram Reel or TikTok or Facebook, or somebody at the job will be like, oh yeah, I made this, or I've been thinking about making that. So now you're taking that chance to, really treat yourself, really be able to just nurture yourself, express some love here. And then we look, Taurus is on the 12th house cusp, and we got Gemini there as well, intercepted. So where's Venus and Mercury? Oh, hey, look, Brother Jay, you want to give your wisdom? 6th house?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good. All right, I got you.
Yo.
So yeah, this is giving yourself purpose. Yeah, this is
It's all right.
Pampering day. Maybe going to like purchase some like lights, or like maybe like some security cameras, right? Or maybe like someone's like about to like start watching like some, I want to say like Law and Order series, or kind of like something like that, one of their favorite shows. But yeah, really just finding means to be loving to ourselves and be kind to others, be charitable to others.
That's a date. It's a Law and Order date.
Right. It's like, it's like, hey, come on.
It's a jurisprudence date, yeah.
Like, hey, I know you don't know civics, but hey, put on that Law and Order, and I'm gonna show you these codes that they out in there, how it really applies. Or like, oh, wow. Like, does that judge, the executive guy, so-called judge, have a delegation of authority order? It's like, taking different shows that we like and taking what's wow, yeah, look at Saturn in the 9th. So taking what's been limited to most and really able to show how things correlate from the fascination, denial of how we see of things, or kind of the illusions we see of things. Look, Neptune at the 10th. So yeah, when it comes to that status, being able to see clearly with the status and just really filling things out with this lunar ingress. So yeah, really filling things out more rather than overthinking, right? And being able to, like I said, get ready to set the house in order. So this is setting the house order in private, but learning from other beings, opposite that 12th and the 6th of service. So once again, you're gonna focus 7HealStar 9. I'm not once again tooting our horn, but we're not trying to force ourselves on you. It's like, we got the sauce, and you probably, been watching, like, we're ready. Are you ready to move forward and do this? Venus and Mercury there too. So yeah, definitely conversations with others, investigating with others. I even seen like a group of friends of beings, starting like an investigation group or something, or like, kind of like started talk about this, occult knowledge or whatever, like, or studies, maybe want to study together. Maybe it could be mother studying together, right?
It's a law study group. Yes. It's starting to go global. Yes.
Global, yes. So the revolution.
The people stand up.
Stand up.
It's a redress. Yes.
Stand up. Yeah, it's like
Venus and Scorpio rejects herself.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Everyone's having these clicks and notions.
It's interesting because at this day, 21 degrees Scorpio is bronchial
it's a
tubes.
Venus day, Venus hour too. Wow.
Bronchial tubes. 21 degrees Scorpio is bronchial tubes, and Mercury's there, which deals with breathing because it rules the lungs. So that also is kind of just a little tell, even though it's in the 5th house. Just Mercury at 21 degrees Scorpio, which deals with bronchial tubes. And there's some fixed stars that have moved a bit too, that is actually culminating also, which deals with like immorality, right? Accidents, danger of poison, that's a nuclei. So the brightest star in Serpentis, which Ophiuchus is holding, right? So like the brightest, so Alpha Serpentis, so the brightest star in the Serpent constellation, let me say that. So, you guys can really, allow yourselves to probably do some things that would relieve you of having constricted breathing, right? Allow yourselves to breathe easy, to relax, to make sure, it might be a great day to quit smoking cigarettes for those of you that are still smoking cigarettes. Just wanted to add that to it, and I yield, brother.
But breathe easy.
Do some asana yoga.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what's odd about that too? The fact that Venus is in, the sixth house though, right? And it's clearly kind of on refinement, morality, good health. I think Venus is conjunct Agena, the second brightest star in Centaur, so Beta Centauri. I think that's where Venus is actually conjunct. So it would be like some serious help here, especially with Mars retrograde in Gemini. Mm-hmm. And Mercury is basically at this point, again, if I'm not mistaken, in mutual reception with Mars. Mars is in a Mercury ruled sign. Mercury is in a Mars ruled sign. So there's some favor here to really allow yourselves to breathe easy. If you wanted to really quit smoking, I think, and I'm talking about you Newporters, you Marlborers, you might really want to consider letting yourself find something else to take on that. And it might be food. You might find that when you eat certain things, you don't actually need other things. Maybe you want to, replace your cigarette smoking with herbals, like some pineal power or some, no more anxiety, right? Shout out to my beloved Mother Mistress Consort for putting us onto the Goddess Collection, right? Herbs are pretty awesome there, all right? So that's kind of just where I'm, shameless plug. But yeah, just even looking back at what it is that you're analyzing, bro. And I was like, there's quite a stellium in that fifth house in Scorpio. So what's happening there? And I just looked, I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I mean, it's not a stellium by planets, it's just a stellium by two, celestial bodies and three mathematical points all within there. And it's like, this might be that, last call to get off of the nicotine train. No, I'm serious, because it's so heavy around bronchial tubes and all those things. And then Venus is like, I'm going to look out for you because I'm ruling, even though I'm in Scorpio, I'm conjunct a star that is basically saying, here's some refinement, some morality, some good health, some universally respected energy. While even though we know that Mercury is kind of conjunct the opposite energy of that. So you're looking at this Serpent, the brightest star in the Serpent and the second brightest star in the Centaur, actually allowing you to neutralize some things when it comes to your breathing, your lungs. People with that seemingly had bronchitis some time ago is like, oh, my bronchitis didn't even flare up. Well, that's because you actually changed what you're intaking. You may be doing herbal teas, things of that nature, So I yield. I thoroughly yield.
Islam, I yield as well, and I'm gonna just lob that thing.
Take care of your body.
Move your body. Is that what you said, bro?
I said take care of your body. I said take care of it.
Move
take
your
care
body.
of it.
So can I bring that one back? Hold on, man.
Sustain.
Exactly. I mean, why not take care of that body, right?
Yes, that body. Let it become your temple. Yes.
Flat out. Let it become the temple. Right? And I got that there. No, I don't. I'm sitting here still seeking to send stuff to people via the Instagram. So I guess this will be the last one I send until I get up on it a little bit later. But you guys know that I enjoy doing this thing here on the Flizzai. all right, and sharing our videos out there, guys, whether, people can see that we're, so-called shadow banning or not. You guys already know I'm gonna hit your DMs, hit your different groups on Facebook, hit your DMs on Instagram. We do the different memes with a selected song or whatever for, Brother Sean's hilarious, man. Do you see his picture? You see his camera picture?
Oh my God, yo.
Yo, I see playing, bro. Oh, Brother Sean is
Why
playing,
are you like this?
Yo,
Why?
He said, "Why are you like this?" Hey, yo, that is freaking hilarious, man. All right, let me get back to the firms. All right, so let me go.
Bro,
here now
don't you just better not slip up. I'm telling you, yo, you just better not slip, yo. You better stay sharp. I'm telling you, yo.
Yo, y'all are freaking hilarious, man. Oh my goodness, man. All right, so where's the sun, right? I know I got the next one. It's on me. So I didn't hit that next button yet. Okay, I'm gonna hit it then. So all right, so the next solar ascendant conjunction, guys, is clearly happening at 20 degrees 4 minutes. I'm just speaking on 20 degrees, guys. I know that Mars's north node is very close to this point. Just coming off of 19 degrees, right? Which means something not only to me, but many other people also. However, with that 19-degree energy where the sun just came off, which is the degree pertaining to avidity, an evil degree, some people will say, a critical point in the war between the ego and the supreme will, animal life, that's 19 degrees. Scorpio, however, right here is where I'm saying, guys, 20 degrees is the 19th lunar mansion, right? When we're speaking on the 19th lunar mansion, right? This is the sting of the scorpion, right? We'll speak to that as far as the constellation as we're seeing it, but this particular lunar mansion, for electional reasons, is good for sieges, litigation, journeys by land, and planting trees. So it just really seems like, guys, anything you want to go about acquiring, making sure when you do your acquiring, maybe you're writing something and you're showing forth that the reason why you're writing these things, it is what it is. Like when we went live and spoke about the Secretary of Agriculture, oh yeah, there's going to be more documents coming their way, more litigation pointing out, hey, this is your obligation. Do X, Y, and Z accordingly, right? Journeys by land, of course, you guys are probably, on this day, you go to travel, you go to do what it is that you enjoy doing. Remember, and as we're seeing here, very interestingly, what is on the rise? Well, it isn't Leo, it's Virgo. Pardon me, on the midheaven. I mean, it's Virgo on the midheaven, guys. So communications are going to be at a real all-time high as far as getting messages and things like that you want to get out there. I know it's a Saturn day, right? However, when it comes to said communication, right, it's going to be some things that's going to get you to move. You might even see something as far as a text or someone sharing something with you, even something on social media is going to make you get up and probably go out and walk this day, especially if it's not raining, right? I think here also what will be very important is, women are going to be really paying attention to, quote unquote, their uterine health, right? The talismanic properties for the talisman for the 19th lunar mansion, a woman holding her hands in front of her face. It's kind of like cupping a baby almost, right? But, as above, so below, right? Cupping the face is like cupping where one would, bring forth what they call upon, and that's within the womb. Alrighty, so restoring uterine health pertaining to that, protection during pregnancy or childbirth, so when someone's with a child, any cities that are being besieged or wealth being destroyed, probably want to check, some, past things that may have happened. If people are being expelled from a place, travelers feel like they're being cursed or whatever, guys, maybe you should check your charts before, making any moves. And when it comes to your harvest being increased, I think people are going to be probably choosing this day to do some indoor gardening or getting some materials ready for gardening during the cold months here in the Northern Hemisphere. So just kind of wanted to put that towards it. However, mainly, most of all, it's going to be what the focus is for Saturday, for that sunrise in particular. It's going to be detailed communication about bearing children. All right. So really look to things that you can probably be online. It's really going to be focused on women and having children in some way, shape, or form, and really just promoting the healthiness of it, and probably first and foremost from a mental health perspective, to actually allow the uterine health to be flourishing. And I think that's going to be spoken about some way, shape, or form come Saturn Day morning. And just, that sunrise is at 0600 hours, 51 minutes and 21 seconds, right? So about 13 hours, right? Roughly 14 hours, actually. And about 27 minutes after that, right? Did I say that right? Hold on, let me make sure I got that right. Pardon me. Not necessarily 14. Let me just bring it on back. Maybe 7. Just half that. About 7 hours and 27 minutes ish, if I could say. So forgive me, I was going from midnight here, but going from 6:51:21. We're actually going to see that there is a Mercury, right, trining Neptune, right? So Mercury is going to try. Oh, did I hit it and you hit it too? Please forgive me if we're moving forward twice. Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. All righty. So we have a Mercury trine Neptune. Mercury is clearly a 22 degrees Scorpio. All right. So being at 22 degrees Scorpio, like I said, Mercury is also, coming up on very closely Agena, right? Which is where Venus was conjunct. And Agena is the second brightest star in the constellation Centaur. So it's Beta Centauri, where Mercury, having its, short traveling yet communicating and servicing people, and also when it comes to pets, some refinement and morality, good health, and universally respected energy. Alrighty, Mercury, while in harmony actually with Neptune, that's there in the first house. So this is a ninth and first house energy, 5 houses away from one another where they are. So underlining this is a creativity and some type of childlike valuing here that really allows you to go subconsciously or in a psychological fashion, be able to bring to the forefront some things that you can actually learn, right? It may not even be in a college situation, just a real life situation will have you really instituting within yourself a way to expand viewing wounded healing via some sense of morality that actually taking place. This may be one where, bring you down to earth just a bit, and you'll be able to really get rid of the illusions and be very wise in your actions. Pour out wisdom accordingly, especially with Saturn having its accidental dignity in the 12th house there, 18 degrees. Aquarius, of course, is direct, 57 minutes. So with that, you see Saturn in its joy. Very interesting to really see that. And, the sun was in its joy in the 9th house, but here it's in the 8th, well, it's South Node in the fortune. So when it comes to, how you're valuing the partnerships that you actually have here, what you'll be able to do is really have a means to kind of go back and recall some things, maybe even take a nap on certain things and wait till after the sun finishes transiting the 8th house to be able to move forward in some things that you've imagined, maybe some ideas. You may be someone that works in a group and there's an approval for an idea amongst everyone that will happen in your favor after the sun exits the 8th house to stay. So, however, just really speaking on how when it comes to communicating service is in harmony with spirituality, with wisdom. One can be very disciplined and really find the beauty and the wisdom in how they're relating to others, and be able to bring forth some things that are very fortunate that they thought ago long in the past, or just recently presented maybe a few months ago, and now they're getting some response on it. So they can be able to feel valued amongst their peers, really see that the morale about them behind their back is how it's seen in others' eyes. People are really relating to one's bravery. And usually bravery is something that someone sees when someone has either accomplished something in the midst of adversity, but still actually getting through those challenges pertaining to adversity. So we're really being able to institute within ourselves a way to have some outlook and be driven in a very spiritual fashion, a very incarcerating fashion, so to speak, as far as separating ourselves from the crowd, as far as a groupthink mentality, being able to have a central mindset that's very monk-ish, right? Higher self thinking, and institute that expansively so you can be able to use the wounded healing footstools to your advantage. So with that, I'm going to yield the floor, even though I am recognizing that Mercury is under Mars's dispositorship while trying a Neptune that's ruling the first house along with Jupiter there along, with it. However, that Mercury is also speaking very clearly and loudly to how people are going to have these fated interactions with one another, especially in contracts as well as communication at home. So be very secure in your communications with this, with Mars in mutual reception with Mercury. All righty. Wow. Mercury is actually ruling the fourth house along with the seventh house. Mars is ruling the ninth house as well as the second house. So be very open to the things that you can learn. You'll really find some values in that. All right. You guys will not be disappointed. Really allow yourself to be helpful, all right, to others, and make sure it's a very valuable service that you're providing. All right, within your neighborhood, amongst your siblings, all of the above. A lot of things are going to be brought back. The older siblings are going to be coming to the younger siblings for quote unquote advice. And I yield the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. Happy solar return to the coolest young man ever.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to you.
Oh yeah. Yes. Hold on. Time out. Nephewski?
Yeah.
Really? Nephewski?
Yeah.
Man, that is love. Happy solar return, Nephewski. Indeed. Islam. Now I'm going to continue on out here on the 13th. Let me knock this thing on out for the 13th, guys, and just move pretty quickly with it. Just took my time there because I knew I was the only transit that I had for Saturn Day, as I actually wait for this calendar to come back up. There it goes. All righty, guys. So now I'm speaking about the 13th here. All right. Zoom. Can I zoom in? Thank you. Let the brother zoom in there. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, okay, there it's behind me. Cool. All right. Just wanted to zoom in. All right, guys, I have these 5 transits here, and let's just knock them on out, right? All right. First and foremost, though, we have the sunrise there at 0600 hours, 52 minutes, and 28 seconds. Again, Virgo is on the rise. Wow, the Leo Aquarius axis is intercepted within the 9th house there. So the sun and moon are both ruling the 9th house. So really make sure you're securing some creativity in how you're grasping some higher learning this day. Children may want to go over some things that, they may ask you questions. Hey, mommy, why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? And then you could possibly take them into, astrology street to actually start to get their basis to why the as above and the so belows are how they are. So really bring to the forefront that what you need to breathe easy. All righty, this morning when you rise on 13th November 2022. And with that, I yield the floor. My first aspect is happening before sunrise at approximately 0400 hours and 41 minutes. I have a Venus sextiling Pluto here, right? Oh, okay, I yield. Go ahead, do your thing. Venus sextiling Pluto here. All right, just a few hours before this. So if we say it's 2 hours before this, let's just say possibly Libra will be on the rise when this takes place. Venus will probably be in the 2nd house, all right, while Pluto will possibly be, could be still in the 3rd. So it might be a 2nd and 3rd house. However, if Pluto's in the 4th, we're looking at the values at home, as well as, encompassing what we're communicating. So I think we're going to be able to possess something that comes home. It's going to be a piece of mail or something that really comes to you guys. It's going to really transform the way that you really think. Okay, so there's going to be a death and rebirth in your values. All righties. At the end of the day, if there was, a so-called accident that one was a part of, this is where you will be getting the damages paid out, so to speak. And I was correct. It's still a 3rd house for Pluto there, still sitting in the 3rd house, and Venus is in the 2nd. So we're really bringing forward, like I said, a very valuable communication here. that you guys will be able to see will transform the way that you interact with your neighborhood and where you are. Exactly. However, with that being said, with it being Mercury, Venus, and Pluto, Venus is actually ruling over the ascendant here. So being in accidental dignity, as it said in the second house, we'll be able to really find ways to partner our communication in ways where we can inherit some values from that with whom we are interacting with, those others that we're interacting with, as well as making sure that when it comes to other people's property or those joint energies that are being brought together, it will really make us be able to stand effectively within ourselves and have the understanding necessary for us to, flourish behind the scenes at where we exchange our energy for compensation. With that, I yield the floor. Growth opportunity, guys, between your communication, it's a growth opportunity with some form of transformative communication. It's going to be very valuable, honestly. And just about, 19 minutes after this, right, Luna and Uranus are sextile. Looky, astro cookie. All righty. So Luna is there at, if I'm not mistaken, 16 degrees Cancer. This is interessante as fuck. So with that being said, it's taking place both in the 7th and 9th house of this. The 9th house is where we communicate in the relationship, where we communicate amongst others, as well as looking at it as our foreign affairs, because we're allowing the ideas to emanate from minds that are outside of ourselves. However, we're making sure that the fascination denial pertaining to such are making us be able to communicate things pertaining to ourselves in a very balanced fashion, so that we even know that where we're speaking from is actually from the heart. And possibly our heart is really blinding our communication. So you may have to really say no when you really want to say yes. All you gotta do is say yes if it is worth it for you. Don't put yourself out there in a sense where now you're making these sudden changes within yourself to be able to please someone, when actually what may need to happen is for people to see that you can actually say no. And that might be, the value that, one may be asking you for some value, but you'll earn value in your no. And I'm not saying disappoint people. I'm saying make sure you can be there for those calling upon you without being fascinated with the idea of helping, however, having to deny them because you just don't have the energy to give that way. Or you can suggest someone else much better than you that you can communicate that to and allow them to be able to actively assist that brother and or sister that calls upon your help. It will help you really boost even more further towards your life's goal and your soul's destiny, because the people pleasing must not continue at the expense of your happiness. And with that, I yield the floor. Happening at Islam, happening at 222. Look at that, 222. All right, we're having a trine. We're having a trine happen, 222. Right? Between sun and moon. Shout out to Mother Rashida Bey. We had a brief conversation. The Cigar Hog Great Seal, Mother Rashida Bey. We had a brief conversation last night, and it was funny. It's 222 numbers popping up, and then just to see that it's doing a sun trine moon aspect. Yeah. Shout out to you, Mother Rashida Bey. I see even clearer now, just recalling our conversation from last night. Where this is taking place, of course, looky, Astro Cookie. The sun's in the 8th house. All right, the sun is in the 8th house along with the South Node, Mercury. All righty, part of Fortune and Venus. All righty, so the sun is actually there, enjoying the energy, sharing the 8th house, the inheritance house, the death and rebirth house, with the past life and or the childhood, while bringing under the spotlights, central communications, things that really affect our partner nervous system. All right, and really being very fortunate in bringing out that which will really show that we value our health or bring something valuable for our health, right? That sun is trining a moon that is clearly in the fifth house along with part of spirit. So, wow, it's by house, of course, spirit and fortune are there. Fascination and denial, however, when it comes to some nurturing energy there and children. So really at the end of the day, allow yourself to make sure your stomach is calm so you can enjoy yourself. Maybe drink some ginger tea this particular morning that day, maybe at noon. So by the time this hits 10 seconds before 2:22 Eastern, 1400 hours, 21 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact, from a perspective standing near the Baltimore Corporation, you can really allow the creativity that you're expressing at home, right? And how you like to really be secure, those things there. Just make sure that you've done the things necessary, especially if you're with a child. You've done the things necessary so that you can be able to enjoy the food that you care to eat, so that you can get rid of any so-called quote unquote morning sickness vibes. So, there will be some form of tea and or ginger that is very calming and soothing to the stomach so that you will be able to have, just the brightness on the things that are shared with you by those that are in your life, right? So you can actually have some brightness there. It might be a really great time to take a nap here also. All right, this is the siesta, right, type energy. All righty. So allow yourself to maybe do a little siesta while the sun is transiting the eighth house. Usually when the sun or moon transits the eighth house, you don't really want to ask for a raise or for favors for those 2 hours, according to the Placidus house transiting, so to speak. So with that even being said, what is this doing? Come on, computer, you're doing the most. All righty. Okay, good. So with that being said, really allow yourself, guys, to have a harmony between your subconscious mind and your heart. You might actually have a really great daydream here also, something that's very fortunate, something that really brings forth some idea that you've had in the past and or in your childhood or a previous life will come up as a residual memory as well as an idea. And allow yourself to embrace yourself and not deny yourself that which you could actually probably create and be a super innovation. So do not second guess yourself. And with that, I yield the floor. I have 2 more transits here, and they're actually all trines. I had all benefics for Sunday for some reason. All benefics. As a matter of fact, was that a benefic previously on the 12th too? I went from 1 trine to 2 sextiles and now 3 more trines. What in the Phuket, Thailand is happening? I got 3 squares on Wednesday. Okay, cool. Interessante. So here, just about 1700 hours and 8 minutes, right, is what's coming up. I have a lunar Neptunian trine after the solar lunar trine. So this lunar Neptunian trine that is actually taking place. Let's see, I got it. Let's hit that button, right? 1700 hours and 8 minutes approximately from the perspective standing near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, 1700 hours, 8 minutes and 8 seconds. To be exact, and we have a lunar trining Neptune. Neptune is clearly there in the 11th house. So we're being very wise about how we're sharing things that we really intend to expand with, as far as sharing with others and when it comes to our status amongst our peers. While that is technically in harmony with Luna in Cancer, being, dominant in Cancer there where Luna is, right? We are also actually, seeing what's being communicated here. We're going to make sure we're secure in our statements, right? There's no means or needs to have low estimation pertaining to yourself, which is called low self-esteem. Make sure you have a realistic measure and estimate pertaining to yourself. So that which you communicate to others and that which you share will really be embraced to the point where people want to start incorporating that in their life. There are going to be some things that you say. People are going to hang on to every word, whomever you are, that when you're out there, and just really recognize that this is going to be done because it's showing that you are setting up some beauty for them to be able to, set up a spiritual agriculture where they can continue to grow confidence within themselves because they're actually seeing how you are communicating those secrets that, you know, people may call you, again, they may call you brave, because it's like, wow, I would have never come forward and spoke on those things like that. However, you're showing people how you can be very fortunate when you stand in being transformative pertaining to yourself by sharing what some people may keep a secret, you sharing it, and maybe, you know, quote unquote, 8-miling, embarrassing yourself in the rat that is your spiritual walk. You are actually having people respect you in a way that, man, I want to be that brave in myself. I don't want your braveness, because that's for you and what you're doing. However, I think that that is so inspiring to me that I can really grow and nurture within inside myself a garden of confidence, so to speak, in perpetuity. So guys, when you have this Luna trine Neptune, just really bring home a harmony that allows you to really institute a way to expand when you're sharing with others, so that your communications are being brought home in a way where people feel secure from your conversation and demonstration. And with that, I yield the floor. We have a Luna trining Mercury up next, right? So with the Luna trine Mercury here, very interesting after the Luna trine and Neptune energy. And what we can actually see with this happening, of course, is there's a border trines, right? That we're seeing here and enjoying, right? It looks like Luna's rising when this is happening, right? This is happening in approximately about 2100 hours and 25 minutes, 2100 hours, 24 minutes, 32 seconds to be exact. It's a lunar rise, right? Still there with Lilith, of course. Cancer's on the rise, right? Okay, so there will be some fascination and denial, you know, with some old time security, or some fascination and denial with things at home. You may have ordered some furniture of some sort, and it's the furniture that you want, but now that you see it off of the showroom floor and under your own lighting at home, you may not like the color. It's okay. You can find things to go with it to kind of brighten it up, spruce it up a little. Because what you can actually do is probably find some remedy that's local, so you can be highly creative in what it is that you had thoughts as far as, you know, your actual design ideas and things of that nature. So you're really allowing, it's very interesting because you can actively communicate those things to your peers. You're going to find yourself really getting a lot of help here too. Alrighty, whomever this resonates with, you're going to find yourself getting a lot of help in probably even if it's a party that you're throwing. There are going to be people that actually assist you in ways that either they can bring things to you, or someone's going to actually bring something that you forgot. And he's like, oh, I wish I had this. And somebody actually brings it even without you telling them, right? So you may be fascinated in something, deny yourself the pleasure of actually having something ready when you want it. However, fear not, there may be someone, maybe a brother or a sister or sibling, that actually shares the same values with you. And maybe you're just having a telepathic communication at this moment, where what actually occurs is for them to hear that call out of, oh my God, I forgot the confetti. And then they bring the confetti that you forgot, as well as the kind that you intended. So with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, who is about to knock out the moon day, right? He's got about 5 transits and an ingress there, especially after about an hour, right? We were saying like a 2 hour and 7 minute void course there. And that is our beloved brother, in whom we are well pleased, brother Sean Alim L. And I yield the floor. Islam. Check that chat before you get started. Let me see. Let me go and check that YouTube Chisnat real quick. See what it is. All righty. And peace and greetings again, as he said, to Mother Kiana Perkins L, as well as brother Al Noor Latif L for Halo City Young. Gratitude indeed, Islam, wars, peace, and love to all. It's what the brother says, and we appreciate your interactions as always. And we yield the floor to our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased, brother Sean Alim L, Islam.
Islam.
You got it, Jack. I'll be right back.
Islam.
Nice. So sun still trying at Scorpio here on this moon day here. Yeah, we got Mercury right there too. So yeah, I mean, pay attention to those dreams if you're getting what they would say as downloads. Right. Intuition flashes, whatever you would like to call that. Right. Just be on the lookout for that and just pay attention. Fill things out. Don't take things away because you might feel emotional some way about it. Embrace that feeling, get to the bottom of it, of why you feel that feeling, and just keep moving and just push it along, right? This is very much finding out things and just keeping it moving. And we'll get into the first aspect. And we have a lunar Plutonian reflection here. All right, I'll be back, brother Jake. You got me while I step back? No, I'm joking, bro.
we went into the future a little bit. Bear with me.
Oh, we did. So that it might not be that. Oh yeah, I got away. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we have
close.
Luna in Cancer, 26 degrees, 26 minutes. So that's a double digit right there. I'm telling you, man, it's done picked up, yo. I thought I was seeing a lot. Well, it's done picked up. Pluto at 26 degrees, 26 minutes in the fifth. This here is really just reflecting on your childhood. What was your home life like when you were younger? How was that? What were the good things? What were the so-called negative things, right, that you learned? Habits, principles. Luna's also the 11th, so this is the people, right? In Cancer, 11th. So this could be some giving maybe. Pluto's in the 5th, so this is creativity and friends groups. Kind of like reflecting on just certain different tasks, right? Like creative projects, taking what you have learned or reviewing things done a while ago and just taking, the logistics of it and everything else and really transforming that into the next stage. So, what project you started when Moon was conjunct Pluto, now we are looking at the reflection of whatever activities we were doing when Luna was conjunct Pluto at the reflection. So so there's going to be healing in the home if you're open to embracing things that have been swept under the rug. The challenges I think that will show up will be the career. So just be open to healing that home so you can focus what you would like to in your career. Saturn 6. So just be open to it. Possibly maybe even changing jobs, right? Changing jobs, changing who you go to get service to. Could be a couple other things that could be occurring. But this is all mental. So you're going to be mentally going through reflecting. So don't get too caught up in the waters or the intensity of what you're feeling. Mercury's ruling that ascendant and also the midheaven too. So this is just a self-reflection, kind of a step back here. And with that, I will yield this. And what we got next, brother Jay?
You have it, the moon trine Luna.
Yeah, moon, right?
Luna. The women unite. Yes.
Yes.
Wait. Oh no, that's Uranus. You got a
Wait, where's
sextile
it
with
been?
Uranus.
14th?
Well, no. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right. It's Moon trine the mirror.
Yeah.
The beauty.
A mirror.
Lunar Venusian trine, absolutely.
Mirror, anyone?
Yes.
There you are, sire. It is
Jack, man, I don't think you didn't have 1, 6, or 6 house today, man. What's going on with that?
And there you are. It's coming for you.
You know what I'm saying? Where are you at? All right, so we have Luna and the 10th here. We have Venus, looks like, in the 2nd. So this is back to children and creativity here. So this is a harmonious time with this lunar Venusian trine. So beauty. So yes, mothers especially, could be, I would say, feeling themselves, right? Maybe they're on this day, either they're making an appointment or going to their appointment they made, to get their hair, nails, whatever done, right? You can even take it as the sons, right? Going to get that line up, or whatever necessary things, 10 and 2. Yeah. This is investing in self-worth investment, or maybe even finding a new routine, or keeping up a routine or giving up one. Possibly when it comes to what you do in the daily, right? Let's see what else. Maybe some finances here. Maybe some finances could be coming in for someone. Possibly like from like an old job, maybe like something happened with like an old job, and some back pay here, right? Or even like getting a raise, just for someone really seeing your worth there. Yeah. And Moon and Cancer, Venus and Scorpio. Yeah, that's definitely find ways that you can connect with your gifts on this day too. Whether like you're clairsentient, clairaudient, and the multiple list, instead of the beat. And the psychability list goes on instead of the beat goes on. Really just finding like, when you're learning and watching other beings on social media, right? But you're able to realize and still take that for you, and still learn that from you. So just find these ways to connect with your gifts, and finding ways to strengthen your intuition and your mindset. With that, I'll yield, and we'll get into next aspect. We have Luna and Guru. Well, they be like, ho!
Yeah, I know, right? Fine, stop.
4 and 5. I mean, 5 and 9. Luna in the 9th. Jupiter in the 5th. Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is getting creative. Jupiter 5th retrograde. Yeah, you're finding ways to be creative within yourself. Taking your imagination, or pardon me, like your like philosophy on life, and really taking note of everything that's in it for you, right? So that now you're seeing why all these doors are closing, or why things didn't work, to really be able to like embrace and open yourself up to the new things coming in. Luna the 9th. Ooh, and Cancer too. Yeah. So this is once again dealing with foreign women, foreign mothers, foreign cultures. This is possibly travel, maybe wanting to learn about law, common law, and towards what is a statute, code, and ordinances. Learning those different things, or just getting creative projects, right? Or just even feeling more playful here with Luna and Jupiter. You got Cancer and Pisces, so feeling more playful and loving with your children, if you have any, right? Or your loved one, or just within yourself. And just feeling expressive. So definitely expressing what matters to you. We got Scorpio on the rise. Where you at, Mars? Oh wow, Mars in the 8th. So yeah, this inner transformation is definitely brewing and showing up for you. And you're able to see that things are coming to you without you having to push yourself so much. So it's kind of like a wow, I'm listening to my body, listening to my temple, resting, or I'm doing, staying course, not wanting to go extra hard. And now you're saying that when you listen and kind of like pay attention, things still happen. So it's like, wow, I didn't have to do all this extra hardness, but things still, seem to come my way with this. And yeah, just be open to maybe reading a new book, buying something outside of your usual reading thing. Something to kind of like expand your mindset here. Jupiter, because Jupiter in the 5th is definitely like, as they would, I would like to say, quote unquote, like a limitless pill, right? So finding ways to tap into the end, a limited abundance and source of thoughts and energy from just your mental. So expanded upon what you love here, so that now you can bring that to a home, a domus near you, and abroad. All right. And with that, I will yield. Let's see. Luna goes void of course for 2 hours and 7 minutes. So no major purchases. And she leaves Cancer, now ingresses in Leo. I can already see, me and brother Corey better have the chat turned for these 2 days. Oh, wow. So now let's see, we have Luna in the 8th. Wow. So I think my first ingress, Luna was in the 12th. Now Luna's ingressing in the 8th here in Leo. So yeah, shout out to all my fellow Leo moons. Yeah. In the 8th house here. Yeah. So yeah, that void of course is 2 hours, 7 minutes. So yeah, for the next 2 days for Luna, Sag on the rise, Jupiter in the 4th. Yeah, so definitely be looking to I would say letting your light shine in the home. So like, if you were, younger coming up, you were always the one when they have that meme, like when your mom brings the friends over and she tell you, hey, show them that dance she was doing. This is it's like
yo. Come on, go on. Do the Michael Jackson
dance you've been doing.
Do the Michael Jackson now. Do the Michael Jackson. How you do the Michael Jackson? Wow.
This is like that kind of energy, like taking the things that you love to do while you were, younger, because Leo is all about, royalty, inner child, children, love. So yeah, really just like I said, expanding upon what you really truly love at the core, not something that's mental that could change the next day, something that gets your heart burning, your passion going, that you get extremely passionate about. So that now, you can expand that and pour that into not only your temple and your domus, but those foreign and abroad, and really be open to just healing here. And it looks like a lot of spirit, so not too far from Jupiter. So yeah, maybe like coming across the idea or having a conversation, something in that fashion, or learning a new skill, right? Or picking up a new interest, a hobby, so that now you can really start to work on that craft to expand to your arsenal that you already have, right? Let's see, where's Pisces on that? 4, 9, yeah. Yeah, this is all about you and your body, your temple. Connecting to that so that now you can transform any old projects, or transform how you show love to yourself or your partner if you're in that partnership, right? Being able to just getting ready for the spotlight for some, just open-end conversations. Really just shining the light and the love here, with this Luna Ingress Leo in the 8th, and this is at 7:47. Let's see, shine. Yeah, expressing that. Let's see. Yeah, and with that, I will yield. And we got one more for the day. Actually, we got 2 more. So next up we have a Mercurian Plutonian sextile here. So this is growth opportunity.
Look at Pluto. I wonder what house that is. Oh man.
Hey yo, stop. Yo. Hey yo.
I played the 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wowzers. Yeah, that is interesting. Because I'm looking at it.
Goodness.
Sorry, Jay. You got tomorrow to get through.
Golly. That's so unfair.
You got 3 to get through tomorrow. So for Tuesday, we're gonna see.
I thought I had it.
We're gonna see. You might get away this week.
Wow.
All right, so Mercury and Pluto here. 5th and 6th. Yeah, this is unveiling one's natural skills and talents, that you can give to yourself and give to others. Yeah, transformation. So definitely could be feeling like one is closing out many cycles, right? When it comes to past love dealings, right? Past love flings, or also just being bigger than like any kind of drama you see around you, right? Fifth house also deals with drama, so and you're definitely just taking notes. I get like somebody's out there just taking notes of just everything, receipts. Really just kind of like paying attention here. And Pluto is reflecting ascendant. So you're really realizing like there's a change happening, like a shift is happening. You're not thinking the same way that you used to. You're not communicating the same way that you used to. You're definitely, kind of in a like a nostalgia sense, kind of like missing it, maybe like you might be missing the old you, but I think thing is right here is to realize that now you're growing from what you used to be or how you used to think. Like your attitude are just now changing, so now you're able to really make note to your structure, make changes to your structure, to match what you're thinking, where you would like to go with just truth and not any kind of like dogmatic beliefs, right? 6th house being ruled by Guru. Where you at, Guru? And the 9th, yeah. So reading those books, definitely if you're not, watching 7HealStar, which we know most of you are, you might not want to admit it, but or just watching these
Wow.
I'm just gonna say it, and it's really like looking deeper than the surface, like that whole material thing of like, oh, you got to have this to be appreciated, or you gotta have, it's ending,
Yeah.
You do your final claps, because that end of this movie is done. It's time for the next one. Luna's still in Leo too. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely tapping into your heart space. Yeah, because the heart is the bridge between the higher and the low, between the lower 3 chakras and the higher 3 chakras.
It is very interesting just to kind of see too, like Mars is actually, it's interesting because both Mars and Jupiter are technically retrograde in signs square to one another because they're the mutable signs that they're transiting now. And to actually like look at that, where it's like Mars is kind of like, of course, ahead in the retrograde movement from our perspective here on Earth plane, Asha, so to speak. It's like, okay, so Mars is separated quicker from that because it's the faster moving planet, quote unquote, from our perspective. However, it's like, okay, that's just letting us know of obviously a Mars squared Jupiter aspect that will take place once, both are direct, so to speak. Well, at least when Mars goes direct. Station direct, I think it's like the 12th of January, 2023. So just really looking at those ruling planets, having that configuration between them, as well as what's actually being spoken about as far as the Mercury and the Pluto, it's like, yeah, you're spot on, bro. About book reading, you're spot on about like just having those qualities actually be shared, but definitely transformative communication though. That will be a service to oneself in a way where like people will value that also. Like, it's really spot on what you just said. I yield.
And that Mercury and Mars, still in mutual reception. So 11 and 5, create groups and friends. So maybe like a lot of like I said, making a new network, like still having your current one, but really this is just reassessment, clearing out house. What we got next? We got what, Sol and Neptune.
It's like an expansion.
Look at that tag. I made it. I made it now. I ain't 7-6. Right.
I was going off of what you just said. There's like an expansion of that house, so to speak. Like that's kind of how it's looking. But you say cleaning house. However, it's like making room for the expansion there. And I yield, bro.
Like, how can I make this more beautiful with what I already have?
Yeah, and really like make it look even better. It's like renovation almost, right? Like interior decorating renovation, but on multiple levels pertaining to that energy, like within oneself, within one's actual home, within one's actual like whatever it is that you're doing. But it's more of like, let me clear space for this because there's better about to come as far as the resources. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here's a better printer than before. Here's a better, right. Computer who has ports on it where the Ethernet, signal moves way faster or whatever. So
it's a better memory card if anybody still uses those.
I mean, hey, you know what? You're talking about, hey, here's a better like thumb drive and it has space for like a half a gig. It's like, whoa, hold on. Where you get that
memory
from?
Memory, actual mental
storage. What you say?
The literal mind able to like process or sustain information more. It's pretty much that energy too.
Yeah.
So,
I concur. Islam, I yield.
I yield.
Last one of the day, got with Sun and Sol and Neptune making a trine. Hey, look at that. 4th house and 8th. Once again, the light is being shined upon the home life. So Yeah, not like, skeletons in the closet, but I think just things that have like been like not, really talked about, or it's kind of like mysteries, like the mysteries of things are really coming to light and your ego and your consciousness. So or you could be looking to combine, just your home and what you do. So you know, looking to get closer to yourself, right? Or your loved one, right? And yeah, Neptune and the eighth. Yeah, this is like I think Brother Jack said earlier, like listen to some like classical music if you never, thought of, I ain't never listened to Mozart, or, just taking soothing like meditation music, getting someone even might like, listening like crickets, different kind of sleeping music, right? When you go to rest and recharge, like ASMR, various healing and soothing things to you. Yeah, Jupiter's right there too. Mars, yeah. Yeah, this is like a whole new tapping into like a whole new version of like true spirituality. This is like finding a video and going down that rabbit hole, and you're coming out of it like, whoa, didn't expect that to happen.
That was too much.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, I've seen that, now I can't unsee that, right? Yeah, and Sun's ruling his descendant too. Yeah. So yeah, really pouring your hearts and just into your passions. Or now you'll have the opportunity to get a glimpse of like the higher realms and vibrations of like kind of like what really is and what isn't. So now that you can bring that as above energy and creativity to the below, to the 5 cycle plane, right? This is about harmony. Yeah, this is about music, enjoying things. So whatever you do, just don't overindulge. Yeah, just don't overindulge in those things. Or someone could be looking to move past things that they have, came used to, you using and doing, but now like they're at this level now. It's like where they can just move along. Yeah, Moon is in the 12th too, so yeah, making sure you dance, make sure you dance or sing or whatever in private or in your conveyance. Whatever brings you that joy. Listen to your favorite song and sing it loud as you want to. I think with that, I'm a yield for that Sun trine Neptune. Just somebody's gonna be looking at some paintings too. Like I know he said painting, but like really just getting into things that bring peace and pleasure to us in ways that we might not understand. So we see why we do the things what we do is like, oh, that's why it's so relaxing. That's why that's so comforting. Or being open to nurturing and doing different things. So yeah, definitely buy those lights or those different things for your home that just adds a twist to things. And I yield. Brother Jack, get ready. 2 6 houses. Yo,
Yo, he's hilarious, bro.
And your mark gets set 6 houses.
Amazing, right? And so trying to see which one looks better in monitoring. I'm looking at different screens. But anyway.
All right. So we got the 15th of November, 2022, Crusade Call Christian calendar year, or Morse calendar year 1442. So the sun's at 23 degrees Scorpio, 5 minutes. So with this sun in Scorpio transit tropically, you want to just be firm and stand up for yourself and the things that you are uncovering and discovering that may have been the veil may have some sort of veil may have been placed over it, and now it's ruffling some feathers, or it could be changing your reality in some sense. So just be open to transformation and going to the next level, so to speak. And again, just stay firm in your position. So the first aspect is before sunrise, you have the benefics trine together. So Venus is still in Scorpio. Jupiter is in Pisces still. Jupiter is retrograde. Set for, yeah, so Venus is in the second. We got a lot of second house energy. Jupiter is in the fifth. Yeah. So yeah, this is really just connecting to that beautiful inherited ability that you have, so to speak. Specifically like arts and crafts, singing, possibly. Also even just philosophy. This could be a good time, whatever you're into, painting, drawing, dancing, astrology. This could be a good time to really just listen to some sort of teacher or some sort of guru to
Hashtag
further
my philosophy. Boogie down. Yo.
This is the moment to make it. This is like you're looking to further expand your psychological processing and or the things that you are like interested in. So Venus and Scorpio specifically, that's the natural thing, the natural things of life, which seems or is deemed as devil's work or taboo, it's forbidden. So now it's diving into those studies more firmly and with more courage. It's pretty much this energy. And like I said, be open to, you may meet a teacher, or you may just hear some message or some creative spark from, a close friend, or it could be a younger woman, or some sort of tarot reader, something like that. That just pretty much ignites that creative passion that connects you to your creative abilities, and it could be something that, like I said, is quote unquote forbidden or deemed as devil work or something. The good books say don't do that stuff, that type of shit, so you gotta stand up for what you know and eradicate the falsehood for the betterment of humanity, because we don't need that. All right, moving on to the moon scoring Uranus. Right, bear with me. Bear with me, please. Oh boy. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Uranus is in the 12th house. It's retrograde. Moon is in the 4th house. Accidental dignity. 16 degrees, 38 minutes. Both planets. Yeah. So this is the moment to challenge yourself and create something original, or the things that ignited your childhood, that brought some sort of tenacity or just pure beauty to your childhood. This is kind of that time or that moment for you to express something that you may have let's just say put on the back burner because of self-doubt, so to speak, or being afraid of making someone uncomfortable, so to speak, someone close to you. And specifically, Uranus could be astrology. Well, Uranus is astrology in the zodiac, so to speak. So with the moon being in Leo, it's in the 4th house. So it's like really bringing that. It's bringing the creative spark or the creative life to the home through the astrological teachings, so to speak. Because like you're using, let's just say disagreements specifically, which would be the square. In a sense, you're using the disagreements to bring harmony in a like very creative way, so to speak. So it's like someone who has a Leo moon, and then another person may have a Taurus moon. So now you may be able to distinguish the differences within how they interact based off of, you know, someone being able to articulate or identify the different keywords with those different signs, so to speak. And then now there's this revelation for astrology, like, oh my God, it's actually real. I know it was this taboo, right?
Absolutely.
Right? So,
yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
the astrology is coming to life with this aspect, because with, you know, the moon square, moon in Leo, and Uranus being in Taurus, it's like now there's this realization of the practicality and the and how much substance astrology has in our day-to-day lives, so to speak. And then, you know, that would be the moon too, right? So that's pretty much that energy. So be open to helping someone see, you know, clearly, you know, through tension, right? Because, you know, tension builds character, right? So utilize that, you know, for benefic sense, benefic, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moon's going to oppose Saturn, yes. That's the next aspect.
Yes.
Oh, Moon is still
Going
Leo.
to reflect that Saturn.
Saturn is in Aquarius. Yes.
There it is. Hold on. Here we go. There it goes.
You're good, bro. You're good, bruv.
Salam.
So wow, look at that. Ha ha. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, yo. I think Brother Jag has successfully avoided giving a testimony for a 6th house placement for a transit. I think we have to go back. I don't think you had anything in the 6th house today, bro.
I'm in the clear.
You're in the clear, bro. That is amazing. Wow. I know Brother Sean's like, what? Like, he comes back and see this part. What? Like, yeah, bro. All right. So I yield to you, bro.
Islam. Okay, so here, Moon, Leo, 19 degrees, 5 minutes. Saturn, 19 degrees, 5 minutes. Saturn's in the 7th, Moon's in the 1st. So, you know, self-maintenance and observing self-maintenance through the other, so to speak, or how does the other maintain self, right? So Saturn, you know, that's the best planet in the zodiac, so to speak. You know, it's the teacher, the one to get you to recognize your patterns. So this is just the time to really conserve, you know, one's vitality, because the moon's in Leo. We're speaking about the sun, and sun's in Scorpio. So yeah, with this moon opposed Saturn energy, it's best to really take tradition serious. Take the things that we have at our disposal that we are able to utilize serious, and to really honor those things. Specifically, you know, nature. Also, interestingly enough, this aspect, a lot of people could be seeing some Brother Taj videos for the first time in their life, and it's like, whoa, who is this guy? And what's that beautiful crown on his head? Right? Yeah, this you know, it's because it's just making me think of that very unusual, original energy. You know, Moon square Uranus, and then Moon's gonna oppose Saturn. That's like, bro, that's a lot of Saturn energy. And you know, Brother Taj is that Aquarian energy, right? So you know, really getting the message in a very structured and no bullshit fashion. Like, you know, you don't really have time for your excuses or your for your pity parties, or to look to make you feel good because of whatever experience you may be experiencing. That's not the time or the place. This is the this is the energy of like, okay, we get that you're experiencing whatever you're experiencing, but what are you going to do about it to change your, you know, situation? Right? That's just that energy. You know, it's not, we don't have time to dwell. We got 5 to 7 minutes to dwell on sadness. 5 to 7 minutes. After that, what are we going to do to change this situation? Right? So, you know, Saturn is basically teaching us how to conserve and really, you know, acknowledge our self-worth and our self-love, and then how we give that love to other beings, and if that may be a reciprocated energy. And if not, you know, there's what Saturn does is he cut things off, and it'll delay your sense of peace and bliss if you aren't being sincere with yourself and whomever you may be relating with. So this will be very potent on this day here. So, you know, just be honest with yourself and be open to constructive criticism. Indeed. Islam, I hear.
I think it is on me. All right. Let me actually hit the button there. All right. For the next solar ascendant conjunction, right? And it's happening at about 24 degrees Scorpio, 6 minutes. All right. With that being said, I can also set this next one also, because I know prior to this sunrise, Venus is ingressing Sagittario. All right. And we're going to set that for previous. All right. Leave it there. It's going to happen about an hour and 8 minutes after 0000. It's midnight. And yeah, let's go on with this sunrise here. All right, so here at the solar ascendant conjunction, guys, you can clearly see, and especially when I'm thinking about 24 degrees Scorpio, just to kind of bring it to the forefront again. Roughly in this area is the second brightest star in the constellation Centaur. All right, so Beta Centauri. All righty, it's called Agena. All righty, Agena. All righty, and it does have the nature of both Venus and Jupiter, as well as Mars conjunct Mercury. So refinement, morality, good health, and energy pertaining to universally respected. So what you guys could actually have here set for yourselves and seeing, again, Leo and Aquarius intercepted within the 3rd and 9th house. There will be some things that you guys will allow yourself to get as far as published items that you really see how you're being able to correct not only yourself from within, but also your status at home. So that you can be able to incorporate things that were seemingly outside of your childhood so-called culture. You can now allow yourself to bring the things that you're interested in, even in concept. This may be the day that you decide to allow yourself to bring in some things. Maybe you're doing a little bit of quote unquote, as they call it, online shopping. However, you are allowing yourself to transact for some items that will allow you to bring the what is abroad, so to speak, bring it on home. You'll be able to really bring the essential things that you find that are important. You may, instead of just getting, bamboo everything and a matching rug and matching samurai statues. You might just get like a simple, bamboo tree in the corner, a simple, throw rug or whatever for the center, just to give a certain ambiance of just some, mindset pertaining to, I know where I am physically, quote unquote, but I like to be in a space where I can imagine me kind of vacationing, sort of, or like I'm kind of, quote unquote, somewhere else by incorporating someone else's, inner architectural or inner design culture into your very own home. So that could be something that's on your mind this morning when you rise. And however, the next one is the Venus in Sag, Venus ingressing Sag. That'll be the next one. And however, like even with thinking about that, guys, right? Venus just being at 0 degrees, right? Sagittarius. 0 degree Sagittarius is a degree pertaining to draughtsmanship. So there may be some very beautiful writings, maybe some contractual assumptions. You may actually find yourself either observing just in your studies, or you actually are bringing to light some things within your studies that you can begin to extract the beauty from it to be able to allow yourself to have what's necessary, the communication actually, for like a better, what would be the word, for a better comprehension of what it is you're studying, instead of doing a copy and paste in a communication. You can actually, describe in your own words the communication that will be very paramount in showing the beauty in your comprehension, right? You'll really be able to allow yourself, as you can see, where this is actually taking place in the third house. Again, third house dealing with, short-term travel and communicating. Alrighty. Venus is really just, this is the beauty acting out or playing out the foreign affairs liaison, so to speak, in a space where, the communication is really important. So one could actually maybe find a way to express doing business, so to speak, by way of a translator or using a translation software. Alrighty, I thoroughly actually see that also, especially if we really consider, right, where Uranus is in the 9th house. Alrighty, so maybe you even look out for some type of application or software that will be utilized to help you to really expand the way you learn. You may find some form of a SaaS to suit you, or you're able to offer that to someone also, as far as an idea in how to get certain lessons in certain fields of study, as you say, just to people in a very quick and interactive fashion. So yeah, Venus ingressing Sag, right? Wow. Oh wow. That's more than I thought. Thanks, babe. Yeah, let me grab that. Give me 1 second, y'all. I mean, I know we live, but yeah, that's actually good. Brother Sean, you gotta clap it up. Woo! Brother Sean. Woo, 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 woo. You gotta clap. I know, right? So guys, where was I? Just Venus ingressing. That's interesting, right? This comes through speaking about Venus ingressing Sagittarius. So Venus would be also a way to image, right? Talking about that mirror, right? And now, guys, before you know it, the literature will be in your face when it's all together, because I can see what's about to go down. With that being said, I'm going to get the literature printed out for you guys, because I know a few people have been inquiring. So that's amazing to see that imaging, Venus, right? Printing, right? For people to be able to get some higher learning, right? That my first astrology coloring book is what I'm actually speaking on, right? And that is here, right? So actually speaking on this, getting these printed up for you guys so you can get what you got going doing this interpretation for next Wednesday's Venus ingressing Sagittarius, right? Like that's just so apropos. However, guys, what I think would be also best here is really just take notes, like take notes in how you really are centered on what you want. If you want to, play, I don't know, the piano, right? Really take yourself serious to your 10 minutes 3 times a day. The best way to do a half an hour of piano playing is 10 minutes at one point in time, take a break. 10 minutes at another point in time during the day, take a break. 10 minutes at another point in time. And then you can really allow yourself to kind of expand a little how you can see how other people have techniques. And like, okay, that's one technique. What's some other techniques I could learn? So I think this will be the beginning of people probably, this may be interesting to say, people will probably be ordering like an encyclopedia. I got people ordering encyclopedias. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I actually am seeing it. However, moving right along, that's really just how I actually even see that ingress is really interesting. Luna sextile Mars. All right, let's hit the next button there. Right? Luna. Sextile Mars at about 0700 hours and 12 minutes ish. So it's 0700 hours, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. All right. If it was 29 seconds or less, it would say just 7:11. Actually, it would say 7:10. It says 7:12 here. So that's interesting. No, okay, I know you got that. So now with that being said, interesting. What are you doing here, computer? Oh, yes, indeed. There you are, brother. So let's just move right along. Actually, I just really just looking at this home and action, right? So growth between some home action. You guys are doing renovations. Who is doing renovations, right? Okay, so we see Luna is there in the 9th. Mars is there in the 7th. All right, so I think this is a means for you guys to really put your hands to it, get what you need done there, especially when it comes to you doing some renovations at home, right? Again, speaking on that energy where you may actually, order some so-called quote unquote furniture. I really see since the eclipse has, happened at the degrees pertaining to painting, there's so many things about painting that's like coming to like social media timelines I'm surfing and things like that. It's like, here we go, pixel retargeting. Is it because I said the word painting, like thought the word painting? You guys already know how it is with that. However, to be forthcoming, guys, while we're home, or the matriarch at home is really expressing and sharing, some values about some ideas that may seem foreign. However, you can really put things into action of localizing it. This is the think globally, act locally. Like, really think about it. If you really look at it, think globally, you know, mind, moon, subconscious mind. It's thinking regally like a lion. And it's thinking globally because it's in the foreign affairs house, right? Which is the sun's joy. However, the act locally is Mars is in retrograde in Gemini. Gemini is the local community. All right. That this is okay. So you have champagne taste, but you got beer pockets. I'm not in any way, shape, or form promoting imbibing alcohol. I'm just saying that for the saying. All righty, so that you guys can really grasp that that's what this is. Think globally, act locally. That's this type of aspect. So you can be able to put together your mind, right? You can put together your spirit, soul, and your actions in a harmonious fashion where when you go to relate the message that you have to say from within, it can thoroughly be expressed in a way where it seems like it's a phenomenal, monumental idea. However, it's like, wow, man, that really just came from some sincere thinking doing certain meditations. It's like, boom, there you go. There's another Lord is flower bomb. Like, seriously, yo, firefly. I'm just saying, man. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, so let's really take that which we're actively going within, communicating within ourselves in our meditation, really bring it forward and communicate it to, you know, to the world on a mass scale in the sense where you can really not just show that you have leadership skills for a group outside yourself, but you're doing very, very well in leading yourself and your mind so that you can be able to be effective in society. You can be a blessing amongst your peers just by you having the global thinking with the local action, so to speak. You know, so grand ideas of done effectively in very simplistic ways. It's another way of looking at that. All right. All right. Without further ado, we have a solar lunar square. All righty. That's taking place at approximately 0800 hours, 27 minutes, right? Into Resante. Let's actually hold on 2 seconds. Got that. Oh, you got it? Okay. Absolutely to my bro. All right, so with that being said, we see that Luna is clearly in the 8th house. All right, so now, all righty, this is a place for you to be very secure in some forward thinking, especially when it comes to partnering those ideas with someone else. All right, and it's something where you are to, you know, expressly make sure there may be some fascination in now with the ideas and you sharing. However, there is a means for you to really graduate in the sense where you'll actually see that sharing the idea was more about not tiring yourself out, especially with the sun there just rising, right? Still, they're in the 12th house, about to pierce through the back door of the 11th house, so to speak. Right. So with that being said, it's like, hold on. What am I bringing along with me? Well, you're really bringing along some valuable communication. May have been isolated in, you know, some kind of meditation, and or you might have been doing your yoga breathing, the asana, right? Experience where you can allow yourself to really maybe go out. Maybe it's not so cold out there, and you're grounded. And in your grounding and your sun gazing and breathing, what you bring forth through the Akashic records is a download that honestly really allows you to really allow your subconscious mind to move for you in a favorable way, where it's almost like you didn't really have the effort. All you had to do was not be complaining or whiny about the next step that you were going to take, so to speak. So it's like, hey, I kind of disagree that I want to make this move this way, but you may be some really awesome poet And the only way for you to really, allow the so-called quickness of your words being heard is if you pair up with this particular publisher. And it's like, I don't want to be with that publisher because I don't like the split in the royalties or whatever. I don't really like that. So I want to negotiate my contract. It's like, okay, cool. However, you negotiate it, there's going to be some type of, split, but it will get you to that next level type energy. So if that's what you're into, it's not my thing. If that's your thing, that could be the example in which that, that can manifest. So with that being said, I'm looking at a mercurial, right? Jupiterian trine. And the mercurial Jupiterian trine is happening about 1000 hours, 43 minutes. I know 1000 hours, right? Sounds odd, right? Because it's just like, can you imagine you just been kind of, taught or you accepted subscribing to saying 1000. However, we say 900 and we say 1100. How come we don't say 1000? How come we don't say 2000, 3000? Isn't that what it is? So that's what I'm saying. This aspect is happening at 1000 hours, 43 minutes. All right. It's just that, a lot of times when I read things and say things, I have Mercury in Leo. So some would say, oh, I love to hear myself speak. Well, you know what? You didn't have to be a psychic. So when I hear the words come back to my own ears, right? When I hear the words come back to my own ears, I'm like, now I'm actually thinking like, that is an interesting perspective to say the words, at a certain rate or a certain pace. So that's just kind of what I do. So yeah, so 1000 is something that we normally don't hear said. So for me to actually hear myself say 1000, that's why I was just like, how come we don't say 2000? That's where I was going with that. So anyway, moving right along, absolutely, as I move along, we're looking at a Mercury and a Jupiter, both partile at 28 degrees, 45 minutes, however, respectively in the signs Scorpio and Pisces. Mercury is in the 12th house there, just outside of the house, just rising above the house where it's comfortable, which is the helm. And in the first house, Mercury is comfortable there. However, still combusts, actually, in terms of how close the sun and Mercury are, actually. Venus actually is still kind of combust too, because combustion is up to about 8 degrees, and right outside about 8 degrees to about 17 degrees away from the sun when it comes to Mercury and Venus. That would be called under beams. So to see a combusted rising, we know that they're there, but you won't be able to see them when they rise. However, when it comes to Mercury actually being in council with the king and the mirror, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall could be happening there in the chambers, so to speak, especially when it comes to being able to bring forward some very wise or spiritual communication, or you may have in this meditation and self-reflection with the mirror, mirror on the wall, maybe within your own self-reflection, you were able to bring to light a communication that really expanded your own standing within inside yourself. You can actually see that which you used to lack confidence in, really bring things forward in a confident fashion, where you never thought that not only taking a bold stance in the action itself, and may actually get some local assistance too. There may be some loved ones, maybe to a certain degree, some siblings or brothers or mothers or on your peer group that will assist you in really instituting that which seemingly is inspiring, not only to what they see for the youth, but for themselves also. So here you can actually challenge yourself to meet the obstacles between your subconscious mind, alrighty, honestly, as well as your heart. However, through the vehicle pertaining to communicating locally, that again, which you see globally. Alrighty, locally being Mercury ruling Gemini, technically, just to bring it in there at the 7th house. So how are you going to be actively going off of communicating with people? Well, we'll tell you, you're going to be able to expand in a way where, you know, you're going to have to really just show who you are. No gimmicks, no things of anything as far as you just going, hey, look, this is just what I'm doing, sharing with you. This is honest. This is really how I see it, you know, and this is how I think it's going to benefit you. And what will make beautiful is the presentation when we, you know, serve you what it is that we say we're going to serve you with. Right. So with that being said, guys, Mercury at 28 degrees, just closing out, right, within the decan that really pertains to Cancer, right? It deals with the moon. I think it's very interesting to actually see that, you know, I really think it's just interesting that there's going to be some lead thought that really allows you to expand how you're going to position yourself, especially when it comes to you amongst your peers or sharing things amongst your group. Alrighty. I think you're going to find astrology a means for you to really shine the light on some things that you've been thinking, and you may have the confidence now to put it on paper. What was you about to say there, bro?
I was agreeing with you. It kind of made me think. It made me think, like what you said about with the astrology just now, like specifically somebody who goes to their therapist or some shit like that.
Wow.
And then there's some sort of like revolt.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because a disconnect or something being miscommunicated, so to speak.
It's fine. Maybe the communication can get, well, yeah. I think it'll resolve itself though.
Islam.
Considering see how like they're in the sun and Mercury are in the 3rd decan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the moon rules the 3rd decan in Scorpio. Where's the moon placed? Favorably in the sign that the sun rules. However, it's ruling over the house that it's in, and technically is still a bit, as we're seeing right here, you know, square Mercury. Right. You know, so it's like, if I'm not mistaken, because that was really close in how they are, but it's just like, wow, like really kind of, man, someone's going to have the compassion to just be like, oh, okay, well, this is what was actually meant, or this is what has transpired. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I definitely see it. It's a mitigating factor within the tension.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's based off, like you said, a miscommunication.
It's not. Right, exactly.
There's the resolution, though. What you say, bro?
That's it, right. Miscommunication. That's exactly the word. Yeah. Islam.
Yeah, Islam. I'm trying to think, what decan is that too? That's the Mars decan for where the moon is, and then yeah.
Is that the Mars decan?
I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Is it not?
I think it would be Saturn. It's Saturn or Mars.
As far as the decan, are we going Chaldean or modern? I was thinking,
I was thinking Chaldean. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying where the moon is, like, 3rd decan for fire sign from Leo would be Aries, right? So that's Mars. That's what I was thinking, right?
Islam.
Yeah, Islam. Sun, Jupiter, Mars, in that one. But yeah, Chaldean. Yeah. What would that be? I would have to go back and refresh.
Bros.
I'm thinking terms.
Leo. I think that second one would be Jupiter.
Yeah, I was thinking terms. When you said yeah.
Hold on. Jupiter would be from 10 degrees for Leo, 10 degrees to 20 degrees, so to speak, in that range, or 10 to 1959. So the 3rd decan would definitely be Mars decan
Islam.
Yeah.
Islam, bros. I'm a yield.
Islam, bro.
Islam, bro.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Travel safely and go and be the greatest that you are, brother.
We the best.
Yeah.
It's
For real, bro.
bro.
I didn't know you had to go in today, bro. You really had to go in today?
Well, no, I was scheduled like at 4, but it was like last night, like, hey, can you come in at 1? I'm thinking like, we might, you probably could be done. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Because
we kind of went elaborate today, man. The freestyle Monday was elaborate, and I'm liking the vibe, so it is what it is.
Freestyles go short, the freestyles go long, whichever way.
Exactly.
7HealStar keep going on.
Islam, you already, bro.
Travel safely, bro.
Yeah, travel safely, beloved brother.
Indeed, Islam, bros. Peace and love.
Bro. Peace and love. So to continue on up, guys, like, this Luna squaring Mercury, right? And then I got this inverse because Luna goes going to course here for about an hour and 8 minutes. So guys, really, when it comes to things that you probably want to actually get your hands on, allow yourself to wait for that hour and 8 minutes or so, or maybe grab things prior to, this would be 1855 Eastern, alrighty. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on, are we there yet? Let's see.
I think it's there. Moon square Mercury? Yeah.
Am I at the Moon square Mercury?
Oh no, that's the sun. Okay, wait, let me see. Moon square Mercury. I got you.
Let me see.
I got you, bro.
Islam.
There it is.
Let's see.
It's there. There it is.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, wow. 29 degrees. So astrology, bro. 25 to 29 degrees. Leo is still astrology.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then Mercury is at 29 degrees Scorpio. Santa. Yeah. Hey, look, 6th house. Look at that. Right? So there's a square here, right? However, it's very mercurial, the houses are, right? So really bringing home some way to serve securely, those that you honor. If there's some woman in your life that you honor, whether it is your mother, mistress, consort, or your mother, or your aunt, or your grandmother, here you'll be able to really see some things that are heartfelt. I almost feel like, if someone's having some type of quote unquote retirement party, there's going to be really sweet words said, and it's going to be phenomenal because this executive is retiring or something like that, or some high position being within some corporation, so to speak. And probably some woman actually of some sort who a lot of people are like, okay, well, we're going to put to rest this, job that she had or whatever, and she can't really be replaced. It's going to be just really heartfelt, but somebody's going to actually bring a communication to this particular being, and they did not know that they paid attention that closely. So that actual communication would actually be something that really shows that, oh, okay, hold on, y'all really did care about what I did. So it'll be super sweet for said retiree, right? Right. So to speak, someone who is retired or whatever. Just wanted to put that in that perspective because a lot of people, I know sometimes I don't usually use that as an example because I think people should all have their own means to get resources for themselves by off their creativity. However, at the same time, I'm not, isolating those that still punch a clock, guys, because technically we punch a clock ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I know when I look at how I'm taking, when I'm posting something, when I know I'm going live, you know what I mean? Depending on which platforms it is, I'm at a point where I'm just like better scheduling how I do what I do as well as what I enjoy doing around the domus, right? So with that being said, guys, really allow yourself to really bring home that, alrighty, which will actually kind of be that awesome, closing speech or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People like, can't nobody top that. It starts off with a single clap, and then everybody else is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just bring that on home, man. You know what I mean? So that there's that special feeling that comes there. All right. So for an hour and 8 minutes after this aspect, Luna is void of course. All right. And then she'll ingress the sign ruled by the planet. She's got finished aspect for making that ingress. All right. So now she's ingressing Virgo on the 16th November 2022 at about 2000 hours, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. So it is happening. It is happening. Also, just like that third and sixth house square between Luna and Mercury, Luna is now in the sixth sign in the third house. Again, very mercurial, that is. However, being ruled by the sun in the fifth, and its accidental dignity while in council with Mercury, right? Ultimately still close as vertex as well as Venus and the South Node, of course. So interestingly, however, with us really analyzing this ingress, we could really see that what's really being communicated from our subconscious minds is, a means for us to sincerely express the fascination and now so that we can get over some hangups that we may have. Alrighty, and the hangups is only really just based on maybe a lack of knowing something. You may be someone who works in a certain office. You think it's a governmental position. You may be a clerk at a court, and you realize that you do not know what you thought you knew or what you needed to know about your position. Therefore, what you are now allowing yourself to see is why you're not comprehending certain things pertaining to law, right? So I really see that this is going to be a means for people to really, get over the fascination and denial of what they think is just, internet popularity conversation and what is actually supposed to be happening in these different corporations according to the rules that they say they are deputized under. All right. So really allow yourself to really, bring home, again, a way to really serve your community without robbing them. All righty. Be fair. Servants worthy of his hire. Servants not worthy of robbing the people. All righty. So as we are worthy of our hire here at 7HealStar Astrology Firm. Alrighty. So after that ingress, this is last because this is the last aspect here, right? For Wednesday, 16th November 2022, it is a lunar Venusian square. Alrighty. So that lunar Venusian square is taking place where Luna is still in the first house, well, just peeking through the first house on his way of rising, right? And Venus is there in it's looking like the fourth house. Right? Looks like Venus is in the fourth. I know it looks like it's in the fifth, but if you look at that, celestial longitude pertaining to the fifth house cusp, it says 6. So all within the fourth house would be, of course, the part of fortune, right? South Node, Sun, Mercury, and the Venus are all in the fourth house. Right, by looking at their celestial longitudes, right? So with Venus at 1 degree, 6 minutes, Sagittario, and the fifth house cusp being 6 degrees, right? 13 minutes in Sagittario. This is a fourth house Venus, right? Dealing with the 4 energy ruler, which is the moon. However, she's in the first house being ruled by the sun, which is there in the fourth. Looky. Astro cookie, right? So self-denial is not necessary any longer. Someone's going to get that, right? And what you're going to actually see is you can move in a way where you can communicate some things that are conversations that you didn't want to even have inside yourself. However, what you can really find yourself secure is now you can go into the reasons why these things in your mind allowed you to stop yourself from going through to the next level. And now you'll be able to see like, oh, okay, hold on, I can do this. I can, pierce through this quote unquote glass ceiling, because now I actually value, or I've securely valued some things within inside myself, some things within inside my own soul, which is really inside of my body. However, the spirit is within the soul. And now what I can actually do is really secure myself even further, have the esteem knowing that I can get through this glass ceiling, be able to really bring the details that I think is necessary for myself, right? I'm just saying, collectively speaking, because the moon is the people. And there's some things that can be seriously digested when the things that people see that they possess within inside themselves securely can really be, expressed in an altruistic fashion. And again, a thinking globally and acting locally fashion, right? So really let yourself be artful in your science. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam? All right, so let me stop the screen share here. This is amazing. Okay, let's hit save. Right? My beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, brother co-pilot. You know what I'm saying? With the sauce, right? With the sauce. So, with that being said, man, we were just really bringing you guys the one that's really, necessary in terms of even how we went into this. Oh, bro, I gotta bring you back too. Let's bring you back. Hold on. Let's bring you in. Let me actually, hold on 2 seconds. Remove all spotlights. All right. And we add spotlight there. We spotlight you, bro. And then I guess I could bring at the bottom say logo. Right. So, all right. So with that being said, bro, like what are you, thinking overall was the theme there? You know what I mean?
Astrology, it seemed like self maintenance, I would say. And connecting back to nature for sure. I would say that was the theme. So yeah, self maintenance would be the word. Yeah.
I mean, I know I was even thinking, and adding to your wisdom there, I'm really thinking like, wow, this is especially after that lunar eclipse, and finding a way how I'm just kind of, let me take myself out of it. However, we're all a part of the collective. So we all, play a portion, so to speak, in having this like interwoven connection in, the different astral energies that we all are. Remember, because we're events also in a certain aspect, you know what I mean? So we're an event taking place, you know what I mean? Taking place amongst the affairs of, events, so I'm just saying. So with that being said, I'm really seeing a theme of just people really being confident in themselves. Like it's even, I can feel it within inside myself. It's like, okay, it's time to move forward on this, on that, on this, on that, and just bring it to the forefront. sometimes, I mean, believe it or not, I don't like saying, you know, oh, this is the plan, like, because I already know, man, if people really knew what was like about to, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man knows not by being told, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 7HealStar is number one. I'm trying to tell you, man, our astrology firm is number one, bro. Watch. It's gonna be a pour in. I'm pretty sure the ideas are gonna flow, especially after this one project. Like, watch. I can see it because that was a very favorable lunar eclipse.
Islam.
Very favorable. And it's a very favorable one coming on. Shout out to Brother Sean Alim again for pointing out another solar eclipse that's happening on the 19th April 2023. It's another very fortunate eclipse. It's a solar eclipse, man. And that's 17 days before the sun gets to exactly, 6 months after it had the lunar eclipse, with where Luna was at 16 degrees. So very interesting energy, bro. To really, it's a really great time to know how to astro-masonically surf. So 7HealStar is number one. I'm just saying, like, as far as we're expressing ourselves, however, as we think, so we be. So what are we thinking? Prophet Noble Drali is in the forefront. Like, come on, man. So you can only move that way. That's the only way that I can move. So it's like, yeah.
Indeed.
Just, I'm not saying submit. I'm just saying get your astrology done. Get your astrology done by 7.
It's good to know yourself.
Yeah. And we make it fun. Like, seriously, we make it fun. All right. Like, it's gonna be people. Watch, yo. I give it 2 generations. It'll really be settled in that every child won't be knowing how to. Boy. Anyway, I said down to 4 generations, but it is what it is. Oh, look at the puppy. It's all laid out. So, any other questions, comments, and/or suggestions? My beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay.
No, sir. Be yourself.
And donate. So, man, I like to thank my brothers as always. Brother Terrell Tamari Bay with the South, right? I like to thank him as well as Brother Sean Alim L. I know he's went off to be the greatest server on the planet, right? And we also like to thank, of course, with the One Heart supplements, guys, you got to get your CMOS. That is the number one CMOS in the world right now, like One Heart supplements. So you guys can literally, you better do it while it's easy to do it now. You guys can go to One Heart supplements. I'm just saying, they can go to Instagram, One Heart supplements, while things are just so, hey, you're actually interacting with a human being that, tell them 7HealStar sent you, you know what I'm saying? And then you can be able to get what it is that you need as far as these essential nutrients. Like, One Heart supplement CMOS is number one. I'm just saying, you gotta try it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself, and then you'll see. You know what I mean? Go to One Heart supplements on Instagram. Hey, look, I'm interested in One Heart supplements. Brother Jag and Brother Hassan at the end of the weather report was like, I really need to get this in my life. And it's like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So just CMOS me, please. So it's like, okay, so then they try to CMOS me, see what it is. And I'm like, yo, hold up. What's going on? Like, make sure you get your One Heart supplement CMOS. Seriously. You will not be disappointed. Like, I'm telling you, I love it to the point where it's like, I need something to do. Like, you guys know I have that super creative energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm about to make things, build things, like all of that. So anyway, Yeah, and it's much better than a Red Bull or something like that, because when that energy subsides, you can't really tell, because by the time it subsides, you're ready to eat something anyway, possibly. You know what I mean? So you'll find yourself like, oh man, I need some more of that sea moss, and you can actually put it in your pancakes. You know, if you like to be someone who likes to make, alkaline pancakes or whatever, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure there's times Brother Jag has seen me like, look, y'all, I'm putting the sea moss, like, when you know what I mean? Before I started traveling, I'm like, yo, I'm putting the sea moss in the allspice, you know what I mean? With the spelt flour, the amaranth, and the teff. Look, man, whip it. But anyway, yeah, man. Talk about not crashing. So, guys, get your hands on One Heart Supplements. Reach out to One Heart Supplements on Instagram. That is for the sea moss. You will not be disappointed. Shout out to brother Corey Bay, brother Exalted Cyclops, President Corey Bay. We're joking when we say president. We're not serious about, like, I don't want you to get us confused or whatever. Anyway, without further ado, what'd you say, Ron?
Laugh. That shit was funny.
Yeah, don't get us confused. However, again, we just like to thank you all for joining us today. And shout out also to brother R. Muwaba Bay. All right, going super in with the civics, man, because we at 7HealStar Astrology Firm, we are AstroCivicians. We cannot separate the astrology from the civics. So we see the importance of why the people need to have fairness, and brother R definitely goes in. Shout out to our other brother, Senior Jackson Bay, also actually an actual Moorish Latin Spanish teacher in the Baltimore City Public Schools. So when you see Senior Jackson Bay doing his thing on Astrology Street, just know that is real. And also those that want the CMOS that are directly there, the brother Senior Jackson Bay had the CMOS there also. All right, he has CMOS there. Also for those that want the, hey man, I want to get it right now. You get a Baltimore corporation, cool. Boom, 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 boom. You get it quickly. Get the CMOS quickly. So with that being said, and it is, let me just be clear, the One Heart Supplement, CMOS, and what I think they both process it the same way, but it's not like a working together type of situation on CMOS, because I just known it separately to happen. So I don't want people to be like, well, I got it from Senior Jackson Bay, and my son said on the live. It's like, well, two different CMOS processings. Alrighty, just letting it be known. However, if it's coming from 7HealStar, it's number one either way. So anyway, just telling the truth. So with that being said, guys, enjoy yourselves. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons here on these videos that we have, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we're going live, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on YouTube. And usually sometime, during the morning, you'll see me live on Instagram, just kind of going in. If not, in the evening. However, I'm really seeing a lot of things pertaining to astrology that you guys need for real, outside of the stuff that you're used to doing. See, I'm growing. See, Jag, I didn't say something that was going to be actually really funny, but I just, things that you're not used to. See how I said that? We have some things that you may not be used to. That's all. We don't have to throw anybody under the bus. No, I'm not into doing that. That's not what I do. So I'm going to. All right, let me go, man. I'm about to go and clean this kitchen. Like real talk. So that being said, yeah, because I didn't clean up that by myself, but it is what it is. With that being said, man, love my brothers, love you, bro. I want to say my namaste, Islam, and whoever interacted in the chat, we love you too. Thank you so much. And again, be yourselves and donate. All righty. Islam. Peace out.